We're live again. What's going on, everybody? It's Tuesday. Hey, we're live.
Hey.
What's going on? Hey, I'm not at the bar. I'm at my beach
No,
place
you're-
again. Look at that, huh?
You're back at the beach. Good for you.
I guess
I'm
so.
so happy for you.
The only reason I'm down here is because I work remotely right now because of COVID. So I figured, why not work remotely from my parents' place, as opposed to my house? Although my house has the bar, which is a good thing.
True. But if I could do it, I'd do it too. So
Yeah, right.
I
So there
can't
you
give you
go.
a hard time. Well, I can, but
you
know,
can, and you
whatever.
probably will before the night's over. But
That's
it's good to see you again, man. Let's do it. It's Tuesday again. I love it, man. Every Tuesday.
Tuesdays
now.
come fast and furious, my friend. I'll tell you.
Why is that? I don't get it. Is it because we're locked down, or is it just because we're doing this every week now?
I think it's because I'm thinking
both.
because the lockdown has nothing to do with it, but I think it's more Wednesday I'm spent because we're up late. We're doing this stuff, you know. Thursday I start to clear the cobwebs. Like, all right, what are we doing? What's the weekend? Next thing you know, Sundays you're like, oh, we gotta get stuff ready. So it's
Right.
like, you feel like you got like 2 days to get stuff together.
I know.
So
It's okay. Hey, we
that's
make it
kinda
happen,
what
right? Look, everybody thinks it's not that easy. We got to think of a topic, think of a whiskey, think of a beer. Then we have to do our top 10 list. And then Andy does all these fun graphics and videos. And anyway, we got people in the chat already. Let's go. Let's see some people. We've got Micah.
So Mike is here. And Shay, welcome. We've got the
Craft beer reviews and Finish the Glass.
What's going on? Yep.
The Bearded Beerman. What's going on, Chris?
We've got. Hey, by the way, Todd, I'm falling in love with this new. This is like my 5th offering from Checker Spot. I cannot get enough of them. Oh my gosh, they're good. They're really, really good.
We got Roebuck Scott in the house. We got Bourbon Jody. Hey, I bet you sipping on a what is that? Coors Light. He missed our show last week where we did the American lagers or American craft. We were expecting him to be a part of that, and he didn't show. Oh well.
I got 6 Killians and 6 Pap, and guess what? I have 5 Killians left. And
I
5
have
Paps.
I have 5 more than Natty Bose. Hey, here's a beer I'm going to drink. Start off the night, Andy. Actually, Micah Craft Beer Reviews Finished a Glass. He's got this. I believe I sent this to him. This is a Swedish. You know what Swedish fish are, right?
I love Swedish fish. Sure.
Well, this is a beer. This is a Swedish fish beer. Look at this. It's called Fish from Sweden. The RAR out of order. So it is their can release from last month. I scored them all, and this is one of them. It is sweet as all get out, as you would expect. It's made with real Swedish fish. Wait till you see the color of this thing. Just wait. Let's pour it. Everybody, cheers. What are you drinking? Put it in the chat.
Yeah, let's have a beer.
Beer.
It didn't work. Why didn't you work, Homer?
What didn't work? It worked. I saw it.
Did you hear it?
Look at this. Look at this
I
beer.
didn't hear it.
I hear you. I saw it.
That's nice.
It was there.
Pretty.
Look at this beer. So this is Swedish fish. Can you believe it? I mean, think about it. Everything's jumped the shark, I guess. They're making Swedish fish beer. Right? It smells. It smells exactly like Swedish fish. Yeah, it smells exactly like, and as you expect, it's really sweet.
I think it's a good segue too.
It's super sweet.
Into tonight, since we'll be doing a beer that was made with Fruity Pebbles. So
that's true. That's the beer break.
The candy theme. So yeah, that's great.
Here we go. Jody's got the bourbon. He's got the bourbon. Bourbon Bounty's got the Coors Light going. Of course. Cheers, buddy. Hopefully, we'll see you on later. We're doing Michener's tonight too. I'm not Mitch. Why did I say Michener's? Bulleit. Anything from Bulleit. So hopefully, I'm sure, Jody, you've got to have something in your catalog or of bourbons. You got to have some Bulleit, right? I hope he does. And I'd like to point out, Micah, Craft Beer Reviews, Finished a Glass. He says I'm looking darker. Look. See, look. Go back to the tape. I guarantee you I'm darker than I was 2 weeks ago. You all got on me about that. So I did get a little sun. Oh, I'm laggy. Uh-oh. That's not good. Am I laggy? Todd is laggy as all get out. That's not good. We were worried about that.
Brian, our fact checker, is up. Yeah, well, you're at the beach, so it's we'll see what happens. Jody's got a bourbon, so we'll see what happens. Anyway, and Jody said, trying to throw in a few extra videos. We did this last week with a ton of them, Jody, and we didn't have a single issue. So I don't know. I'm going to blame Todd, but we'll see what happens. I don't have a ton tonight, so it shouldn't be as bad. But,
I don't know. I'm laggy right now. Is it bad? Can you? No, is it for you?
I hear you fine, Jimmy. What's going on, man?
Hey, Eugene, what's going on?
So, Todd, tell me a little bit about tonight. Your thoughts on the topic. We're not going to jump right in right now, but. Did you enjoy this week's topic?
Yeah, I mean, sure. It's not. I don't think it was the most glamorous topic. I thought it was easy because because maybe in the back end. I mean, there's certain movies that I absolutely love that were sports, so it was easy for me to identify quickly which ones. And you look at the list and you say, okay, there's some that I missed, maybe. I don't know. I think it's going to be good. I hope we don't have a lot of overlaps. That's my thing. I hate when we have a ton of overlap. So we'll see. I haven't seen your list. So,
well, there's a few, but I mean, that's to be expected, I think.
Right.
However, I liked this. I mean, we have no sports going on. And, you know.
Wait, hold on. NASCAR's going on.
We have no sports going on. And so it's, I mean, if you want to watch the cars go beep, beep, and vroom, vroom, that's fine. But I mean, there's really nothing truly entertaining, I think, for sports right now, unless you want to watch NASCAR or Korean baseball. So, you know, I wasn't missing it until I started watching old clips and stuff like that from the sportsmen. It's like, man,
yeah,
I like, I missed this, you know. So
that's true. There's again a lot of it's similar to other lists we did. I have a lot of older movies, older either artists or movies or shows. You know, I don't know what that says.
It says you're old, Todd.
I guess that's probably that's true. That's exactly what it says. Totally.
You're not a millennial, buddy. So you're a little older.
So hopefully, once we get through our list, we're going to do a couple of things. We're going to review. Stick around, please, because we've got a really cool. We're going to bring on some people that we were able to send the Unicorn Farts beer. It's a local beer here out in Maryland that is extremely popular and very hard to get. So we sent it to, I know Michael's on and he's got it, so we'll bring him on. We also sent it to Evan at Weird Beer Reviews, and also Monica has it, but I don't think she's on yet. She might be driving home from work. Scott, I think you do have it. I don't know if you want to crack it and just laugh at this crazy beer, because I know you're not a huge beer fan, but I think I gave it to you. So hopefully we can bring some people on to review for like 30, 40 seconds what they think of this beer, because it's really crazy. It's a crazy beer.
It'll be fun. And I want to say hi to Kay.
Okay.
In to say hi. Just want to get some of so nice.
Anybody, please, in our chat, just remember the name. Go check out. Forget it. Leave our chat. Go check them out. Great. First of all, they love craft beer. They love whiskey. Matt and her. It's all about hiking and stuff, but they incorporate beer and whiskey into their channel, so to speak. They've been on our streams before, from way back in the day. Great people, great channel. Please check them out.
That's awesome. No, I'm glad you guys are with us tonight.
Mm-hmm. And Andy, they've been to a lot. They missed our. I don't think she was on, but Kay, we did our top 10 places we want to go to. We've never been to in the United States, and a lot of the places I know you've had videos on. Grand Teton, Glacier National Park, all those places out in Montana, Andy, that we had identified last. Yellowstone. She's got some really cool videos with her and Matt, so check them out.
Yeah, absolutely. And we had one of my favorite videos of all time is a little promo we did for them. You remember that?
That I do.
We did the outdoor hiking. We got
one of the best outtakes we've ever had was when you walked right into the spider's nest, and I was recording it, or you were recording me, and you see the camera fall down because Andy's getting attacked by a bug or something, and we're like in the woods right by our house.
Woods.
Well, okay, by HOA woods.
Yeah, we were in the woods. So anyway, and Kay goes, that was promo was hilarious. It was probably honestly one of the funnier videos we've ever done, and it was about a minute and a half.
And Monica is here. Okay, I do have Unicorn Farts. Okay, so Monica, it's at the beer break, so hopefully you can make it home between now and the beer break, which is probably in another 45 minutes, I guess, around that, right, Andy?
Yeah,
around there.
California traffic. How bad can it be?
Can't be bad at all. So hopefully you can make it back. If not, just open it when you get on later, and we can't wait for you. I mean, I don't know what she doesn't like the IPAs. I'm not sure she's gonna like the sours, but we'll see.
I think you'll like the smell.
Yeah,
we'll see how the taste is. So, but Crazy Ann, what's up?
Crazy Ann, all the way from. Hold on, Andy. Do you remember what country?
You always get it wrong, so I'll let you go.
I think. Oh no, I think it's Norway.
I think it's Norway too.
I think it's Norway. So what time is it in Norway? It's got to be like after midnight. So it's like what, 2:00? That's what I love. It's people over in Europe coming on and supporting like U.S. YouTubers.
What time is there? What time?
I think it's funny. Like, Andy, think about it. We go over to the after party to Monica's, and we're like, oh, I'm so tired. I got to get up in the morning. It's like 12:00. Crazy Ann, it's 2:00 in the morning. She's partying with us. I mean,
yeah. Again, we said it earlier. We're old. So
that's true. That is true. It's 2:40 in the morning. Right. Cheers to Crazy Ann. How are you? Great to see you. Thanks so much for coming by.
Very, very cool. So yeah, I don't know, man. I was stoked about tonight's topic. I really was. I thought it was fun. I almost thought we could have broken it down into two. We could have done all-time favorite sports, comedies, and then just kind of
yeah, that's true. You could have done that.
Kind of crossed over a little bit.
Totally.
But that's what I think made this topic.
Maybe we go back and do that. You know, you can delineate them. We'll be doing this forever, so we have to think of other topics. So eventually, we're going to have to be very creative. Well, all right, maybe not forever, but as long as we can.
Sounds like marriage.
Yeah, no comment on that, Andrew. Oh man.
Oh, it's all in good fun. Just having.
So, what is everybody drinking tonight? You saw Andy's drinking something from my local brewery called Checker Spot. I am drinking a Swedish fish beer, a sour beer from another local brewery called RAR, Real Ale Revive. Look at the beer. I mean, does that look like beer to you? It looks like Kool-Aid, or it looks like Swedish fish juice, and that's what this is. So,
you do love those sours, though, man.
I do. I'm telling you, RAR just announced their release for next week, and oh gosh, and Burley too. I'm all over both of them, all over it. All over.
That's cool. You like what you like, man. That's good.
It's summertime now. Once fall comes, it's going to be all about the barrel aged stouts because that's exactly what I move into. So there you go.
I like sours. I just don't think I don't have the. I don't know if I love them quite as much as you do.
Oh, we've got Outdoors in Maryland here. Kona Longboard. Hey, we uploaded a video this past week, which has that in here. It was the craft beers of Walt Disney World. If you haven't seen it, it's a long video. So there's timestamps throughout. But on my trip last year to Disney World with my family, I said, Andy, I want to do this thing. Wherever I'm drinking a beer, I do love sours, but God. Do not love Alanis Morissette. I said she wasn't the worst artist of all time. That's all I said. Anyway, that video dropped, and it's pretty cool. If you're ever going to Disney, to give you an idea, there's tons of craft beer at Disney. Now, when we go back, I go in 2 or 3 years, Andy, maybe I should do the whiskeys of Disney World because I'm sure there are places that you can get good whiskey all in, either resorts
do as many whiskeys as you did beers. And...
Oh, I know. So that was the thing. I was like, I drank way too many beers. I mean, but think about it. I'm with my kids and family. Every time me and my wife are like, we'll have a drink. I'm like, oh, I got to record this. She's like, stop recording the videos. I'm like, I have to. I'm making the video. It's for the channel.
It's true.
Anyway. So if you haven't checked it, please go. It was a labor of love for me, and then Andy cleaned it up. So please, we took a lot of time to do that. So check it out. It's a fun video. It's different than what we normally do. It's me and Walt Disney World drinking around Disney World. So I think it's a fun video. You'll see some footage from.
I always said that Disney's the most magical place on earth, but
I love it.
If you could be there with Todd, it would be even more magical. So
exactly.
You get to go to Disney World with Todd. So
that's right.
How can you not want to watch that?
How can you not? How can you not?
15 minutes and 46 seconds.
And Outdoors in Maryland, I want to know how the crabbing's going. Are we getting any lunkers? Any big boys yet? Those blue crabs that are just huge. Hopefully you've had some success. I know you put a video out. I haven't watched. I'm sorry. I will get to it. So I know you went out last week and you were editing that video. I haven't watched it yet. I've been down here, but I will get to it because I love watching your videos.
Very cool.
Oh, Jody was just in Disney in 2019. Mm-hmm. Not that many whiskeys, just staple. Oh, that stinks. See, there's a ton of craft beer everywhere, which maybe makes you think that beer is a little bit further out there, I guess. it's easier to drink, I guess, a craft beer than
it's easier to people. I don't see people going to 100-degree weather and sipping on whiskey all day.
That's a very good point. Very good point. Good point.
It's not exactly a resort-ish drink, but yeah, you could do that. I'm sure you could find a couple good ones.
Yeah.
So,
all right, I'm gonna fill up my Swedish fish here, guys.
Your Swedish fish.
Look at that. I mean, look at that. Who said Kool-Aid beer? I think Scott said that. Robot Scott. Yeah, it's basically what this tastes. It's super sweet. I mean, my wife tastes it. She's like, "That's not beer. It tastes like candy, like sugar."
Well, it's funny though, because last week we did do beer. And we didn't like it. We had to go back to the old stuff. It was like,
I know.
I mean, Todd,
what is that? What is that called?
This is Maximum Fruitage. It's a strawberry hazy from Checker Spot.
Sounds great.
It's a New England IPA brewed with over 300 pounds of local strawberries.
Beautiful.
Belma hops, Huell melon, and Centennial.
Sure
you know, I've brewed with Belma and Huell melon. So,
well, hold on. Let me look at that beer again. It doesn't look like it. I mean, strawberries don't give off a huge color.
No, and so nor flavor actually, which is, I mean, so you can see the color here. It's a nice.
Yeah,
but it's everything they've done has been like ridiculously good. I
nice.
Fallen in love with Checker Spot over here.
There you go. Hey, we got Maryland Outdoors was supposed to drop by tonight after a long time. Oh, all right, very good. I like seeing everybody kind of co-mingling. John Capola, there you go. Hey, man, I know he's got some ideas for his top 10. He's got to, right?
It's right up Johnny's alley, so I can see him enjoying tonight's topic. So,
we have we acknowledged Brian Miller yet?
Yeah, our fact checker. He's back on. He's ready to go, and he can now fact check me again tonight.
And he enjoyed our pre-COVID. Yeah, it was definitely pre-COVID. We got a comment on there. It's like, oh, you guys were just waiting until Disney opened up and everybody had to wear masks before just to make fun of everybody because you went when you didn't have to do that. Yes. That I shot this footage, and it's weird seeing like my footage where it's packed with people, and then if you look at the videos that are online now when they open this weekend with the limited, there's like no one in the parks. It's eerily like empty in Disney, and it's open. So weird.
Yeah.
Anyway,
it's going to continue to probably be like that for a while, but it was a cool video. I mean, I'm glad you got a chance to do that. It looks like something that will probably help people in the long run because I mean, look. Sometimes there's a lot of things you do with Disney. One thing you probably don't think of automatically is craft beer. So
exactly,
kind of cool that you did that. So that's
hold on. Did we offend Crazy Ann having a Swedish, not a then you can say you eat something. I don't know what that means, but I don't know if it's good or bad what she's saying right there.
I don't think you offended. I don't think you have to worry.
Okay, this topic is wonderful. John says. Okay. All right, so I'm sure Brian Miller has some ideas of what the best. We'll see who wins tonight. Brian Miller.
No, it was me or you going out.
What's that?
No,
are we lagging again?
No, I think I don't know if it's you or me, but we'll see. I'll let you know. But I was about to say, Brian says I'm eager to see you talk and extend his winning streak to 2.
There we go. Let's do it.
So Brian's been doing this every week. He's been saying whose list is better, but you guys can kind of go along too and say, all right, whose list is better than me or Todd? Now. We do have some that are the same tonight, but that's
yes.
All right, it's kind of part of the course. So, do you want to? Should we get started on this, Todd?
I think so. We've been going for 20 minutes, yapping back and forth. Let's get in this list.
All right. If you're ready to go, I'm ready to go.
I am ready to go. All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, here's tonight's top 10 list. Let's go.
List from our home office in Bulleit, Montana.
I always love that when you have Butthead up there from Butt, Montana. I love that comment.
I saw that. I was like, my gosh, this is totally for you. I also. By the way, I have something not just for you. I have something for Micah tonight, too.
Oh, wow. Can you tell now, or is it something later that you're going to unveil?
Well, as soon as so first of all, tonight is episode 15. It's kind of amazing to see that we're already 15 weeks in, which is really awesome, kind of cool. Oh, I'm sorry, Brian, there is not a unanimous winner.
I think there is. I totally think there is.
Well, we'll see. That's almost. Well, let's say almost unanimous win.
All right.
But Micah, a couple weeks back, said, "Is it possible you've already made 3 Alf references that you could make any more?" So I was on a mission to make sure that I could do that. So Todd, next slide to start us off.
Yes. Oh God.
We are ready to go on our top.
What did you do?
What did you? Top 10. What? I just wanted to throw in a random slide.
Okay, this is just
it's just that because anytime I can now throw in an Alf reference, I'm gonna try and do this.
There it is. Well,
Alf playing basketball on our sports team night. Yes, I can get Alf references. Like, it's possible. I'm gonna try every week to see.
You talk about how like much you have to do. It's because you do things like this, and you have to scour the internet for an Alf athletic picture. That's what it was. How long did it take you to find? I'm just joking. I'm just joking. I'm just joking. What are they saying?
So proud of you, Andy. This is the kind of stuff. So yeah, we got an Alf reference here. So pretty awesome.
Awesome. Okay, so let's get.
Mike said this is why I drank another picture of Alf. All right, so Todd, let's get started, man, and kick off tonight's all-time favorite sports movies. Tell us.
All right, so number 10. Here's mine. Number 10, A League of Their Own. Now, this kind of could have actually been higher for me. I love this movie. I think it's hilarious. I actually love the whole story behind it because it's a true story about a women's baseball league back in, I guess it was World War II, I guess, or one. I don't know which one it was. Where all the players were actually being drafted. There was no major league, and they created the what was it called? The GPBL, All American Girls Professional Baseball League, and it was a true story, and that's in itself is really cool. So I like that kind of thing. But then Tom Hanks in this was just fantastic. There's no crying in baseball. There's no crying in baseball. He comes in drunk and goes like in front of the women. They're in their dressing room. The first impression, he goes in drunk and pees in the sink. It's like. It's ridiculous, and he didn't want to be there because he was a washed-up like ball player and coach because of his addiction. And then, yeah. What did you say, Andy? Am I breaking up?
He was fantastic in this movie. No, is that me breaking up or you?
No, I can't tell.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
Okay, good. No, it was fantastic. It was definitely a good movie. I thought the cast was great. Brian said he bets $100 that my number 1 movie is the one that had Tim Raines in it. You didn't know that Tim Raines was in a movie, did you?
Oh God. Oh no. Yeah. Well, then that means it's probably in this list.
Believe it or not, it's not. My brother was shocked that it didn't make my list. You can see him batting in the movie, which is kind of funny, but.
What does everybody else think about? I love this movie. Anytime it's on, I'll sit there and watch it. It's just, and Tom Hanks was just great in this movie. It had Madonna in it. It had a bunch of other people. But here's the one thing I didn't like about the movie.
You know who else is in it?
Who?
And how about Marla Hooch? What a hitter!
Do you remember that part? That was always my favorite part.
Yes.
We got these close up of all the girls because they're all beautiful. And they're like, oh, here's the catcher, which was Gina Davis played, and this, that, and the other. And then they had this really far away pan of Marla Hooch, like, and then there's Marla Hooch. Wow, what a hitter!
What a hitter! Yeah, no.
Oh, it was priceless.
Oh God, I didn't like the. I thought they should have won. Like they didn't win the whole thing. Spoiler alert: they don't win. The sister who gets traded, comes in and pitches, and I think either strikes out her sister, who kind of like gives it away at the end to lose the game, and they lost the championship. However, I liked at the end when they actually came back and you saw like the real players, like in their actual people this was based off of who were still alive. That was really cool. I don't know. Everything about this movie I liked. I think it should probably maybe have been higher, but I don't know. It was a tough list. And anyway.
Great call. I really liked it. So.
All right, good. The chat like it? I can't see the chat too well, so hopefully the chat.
Yeah, so Jody said it is top 18, so he
must. All right, I'll take it.
And who else? So yeah, Micah said great movie. So people are liking it, and I thought it was a great movie. So good choice on that. All right.
Yeah, Monica says too funny time. Top 3 reasons for loving this movie: Tom Hanks pissing in the sink. Exactly. I thought that was hilarious. Anyway, Andy's number 10. Oh, hold on. You put 2 in here?
All right, I couldn't decide.
Again, you cheat.
I know I cheated. So
Cheater.
Okay. I was like, which one do I like more? Do I like Happy Gilmore? Or do I like The Waterboy? And I'm not flooded.
I think Happy Gilmore has to win here, right? Happy Gilmore has to win.
I don't know. I absolutely loved The Waterboy.
Really?
Yeah, I really did. I don't know what it was about it because it wasn't as slapstick funny, but it was just funny. Kathy Bates was hysterical, and Henry Winkler was great. It was an interesting movie, and I'm not a huge Adam Sandler fan, believe it or not, but I love both these.
I love Adam Sandler.
These are probably the two that I like the most from him. And
okay.
Anytime they're on, I can't not watch them. So, Craft Beer says, Shay says Waterboy. I say Happy Gilmore. There we go. Split decision already. So
what does Brian Miller say?
Split household. I don't know. He's probably typing something in now to tell me he either hates it or he doesn't. We'll see what happens. But yeah.
I mean, you have the scene right here where the price is wrong, Bob. When Bob Barker and him go at it. I mean, it's a classic scene. I mean, there's a ton of classic scenes here. But in Happy Gilmore, I mean, Waterboy is okay. I don't know. For me, it's 100% Happy Gilmore. But what did you like most about Waterboy?
There were scenes in Waterboy that made the movie even better than it was. It wasn't probably start to finish as funny as Happy Gilmore.
Okay, all right.
Some of the overall scenes in Waterboy were just way too funny.
All right, there's your number 11 or 10A and 10B, I guess.
10A, 10B.
All right.
Brian goes on speechless. Clearly a violation of the rules. So there you go. So he's not happy with me, Todd. You're probably already up. You're probably already up one.
There you go. Beautiful. I'll take it.
There you go.
Any other comments on either of these two? Because you're only supposed to do one.
Vicky Valancourt. He remembers.
What?
This is all from Waterboy.
Oh. Vicky Valancourt. Okay.
Ben Franklin didn't invent electricity. I invented electricity. You go play foosball.
Wada. Oh man. Anyway, should we move on?
Stuff.
All right, they're still coming in. Gatorade H2. All right, here we go. All right, my number 9, Slap Shot.
Your turn.
Slap Shot. All right, 1977. I was 1 year old. I mean, this is ridiculous. But I can remember watching this with my brother. He absolutely loved this movie, and it's all about these three brothers. You know, the whole Slap Shot, it was about a hockey team, the minor league hockey team, the Johnstown Chiefs, basically could not do anything. They were fledgling, and they bring in like a misfit of characters. And the one, was it Paul Newman? I think it's Paul Newman is the main guy who like was all about like playing hockey the right way. And they brought in these three stooges, and he finally like accepts like the misfits, and they actually turn around and become really good. But these three guys are what make it, because they would just go in and rough up. They were like the enforcers. They would just go in and beat the hell out of anybody. And it was a funny movie, especially for 1977. I loved it. I mean, I haven't watched this probably in 20 years, but doing this, it made me go back and watch some of the clips. And oh my God, so funny. Did you ever watch this movie, Andy?
I can't comment. I've never seen
Oh my gosh.
I mean, I saw your picture that you sent over for the first time, and I thought, okay, so this is, if hockey were played in Hogwarts, this is probably what it would look like.
Now, so these guys were three brothers. And they were goons.
Never seen this before.
Oh,
Micah says good hockey movie, but there are way better.
Oh, I've got more on there. Relax.
Okay. Don't get feisty. This is, you stick with your opinion. You're good. This is we open this up to criticism, Todd. But I've never seen this movie before.
Oh, all right. Well, I mean, I might not get many people. I love the movie. I thought it was great, and nobody's seen it.
Good movie. Never seen it. Anything hockey turns me off. So maybe I got a point back, Todd.
Maybe, but here's the thing: it's in 1977, so it is an older, very old movie, and it wasn't like hugely successful. But I mean, it was I think an iconic in the 70s.
I don't care the year. The good is good, and
yeah.
I'll give it a shot. I just never.
Right. I think you'd like it, because these three guys were like hilarious. They just beat up people when they came on the ice. It was funny as all get out. Anyway, all right. I'll move on.
Stifler make some sort of remake of that, like called Goon, like
Row,
where he was actually
maybe
like playing someone who was like, I don't know. I think,
well, no, Adam Sandler was in Happy Gilmore. Remember, he was a goon, sort of.
No,
anyway.
but I think his name's not actually Stifler.
Yeah,
whatever he played it. He's the one who he actually did a movie like that. So
yeah, okay, all right. Since nobody knows this and seen it,
I gotta laugh. So Weird Beer Review says to Micah, says the guy with an avatar that's an old school goalie mask. So which is pretty funny about hockey.
Oh, okay. Good. Evan's here. He's got the unicorn farts. He'll be able to. Yeah, we'll talk anyway. All right.
So Brian saying Todd Slaughter the gate tonight. So
all right, well, relax. Okay, I got to make it up. All right, let's get to number 8. I used to do 2 like Andy. He should be minus 5 points for doing 2 on this 10th. Anyway, Andy, you're number 9, Kingpin. Oh, that's a good one. I forgot about this one. Good call.
All right, so you got Randy Quaid. You've got Bill Murray with the Bill Murray hair. Woody Harrelson was great. This movie, start to finish, again, underrated I think in the grand scheme of all those goofy comedies that came out. This one is.
Just look at Bill Murray's hair right there.
Oh, it was so.
As a bowler, it's perfect.
It was so good. It was funny. It could be crude. It could be hysterical. There was just a lot of stuff going on in the movie.
Yes.
And I just, it's funny because I'm thinking, all right, it's a bowling movie. It counts. It's a sport. So I'm throwing it.
I agree.
I really
100%.
So,
yeah.
So it qualifies, and I'm good with that. That hair alone, just when that last scene when they were in the bowling alley, dueling off against each other.
Yeah, I remember that. Yes. Good call.
Priceless, man. Priceless.
Anybody commenting in the chat about Kingpin? Come on, Brian Miller.
Jim was talking about the hair. Jody threw up his.
Already he's just shooting it out the gate.
He's got the longest yard on there.
Oh.
He's got For the Love of the Game, Rudy, Replacements, Major League, Mighty Ducks, Cool Runnings, Field of Dreams. He's got a bunch of them on here. So,
yikes! Okay.
He said no particular order. The Rubber Man. Yeah, that movie was just great. I love Kingpin.
That's awesome.
So,
yeah, it's a good movie. I agree.
I might be doing better with Jody tonight, so we'll see. I mean,
we're not done
tonight, so we'll see.
Oh, Andy, cool.
There you go. So Jody says maybe with Jody too. So
cool, Andy. This is Andy. All right.
Yeah. So I don't know. This is one of actually my all-time favorite movies. I'm not going to lie to you. I
all-time favorite movies.
This was like number 11 or 12, I think, when I did my comedies. Like it was on
That's
like
true.
Like
it was.
Well, I'm a huge John Candy fan.
That's what I'm going to say. Yeah.
And this is
one of his last films he did. I mean, he died in what, 94?
The film he did was Canadian Bacon.
Okay.
Was the last film that he did. But you could even tell, like, John Candy was always a big boy.
Yeah.
But in his last couple films, I mean, he had doubled in size. I mean, he was huge in Cool Runnings and like Canadian Bacon. He was just really big, and I think he had a heart attack on set. Is how he went. But I mean, this movie was great. You take 4 outcasts from Jamaica, and they were doing this on it wasn't a bobsled. It was like one of those like makeshift go-karts they were going down dirt hills on to qualify. It was awesome. I mean,
and it's a true story. I mean, it's on a
true story, which was really cool. So I
agree. It's good movie.
Yeah. So
anybody in the chat have anything to say about it? Define sport. Define sport. Oh, we have
John says definitely a sport. Did someone say it's not a sport?
I don't know.
Jody says no. So no, look, you're competing in the Olympics. It's a sport. I'm sorry, but it's. I think so. I mean, it's if it's. And big Dan Toomey's on. What's going on, Dan?
Oh, there he is.
He says great movie. He says great movie too. So
all right, good stuff.
But
all right, Cool Runnings, number 8 for Andy. That means
Chris said he liked it too. He said he loves Cool Runnings. Brian said never saw it, but I did watch Uncle Buck last Saturday, so I'll give you.
Awesome. Man!
All right, good deal.
All right, and there's Alf again. Jeez,
again, here you go, Mike. I just want to throw that in again. This is Alf when he was playing on Team Melmac, number 45. Just kind of randomly threw that in there again, but yeah, this was another clip that I found which I felt was important enough to make our top 10 list. So there you go, Alf.
Just soak that in, everybody. There, Alf for Team Melmac. All right, here's my number 7, 8 Men Out. And I'm surprised this wasn't on your list. If hopefully you've seen this movie. It's a baseball movie. Yeah. And somebody said there's better ones out there, and this is one of them. This is a true story again of about Shoeless Joe Jackson and the 19 I don't know what 18. Black Sox that threw the game through the season, except for I think one player, Shoeless Joe, I think, right? And so. It's just a really, really cool story. Look at Charlie Sheen in it. Look at him. This is 1988. Have you ever seen this movie?
Yeah, I honestly, I probably could have done a top 10 baseball movies only.
Yeah, that's a good point.
And I tried not to because I didn't want to flood it with just everything baseball. Because, baseball is my favorite sport. I mean, I would pick that above everything.
Yes.
So,
and I just love the movie. It's
I tried not
true
to.
Story.
It's a great movie. It really, there are so many good baseball movies.
There is. That's a good point.
On that, but I don't know if we lost some people there who didn't like baseball. But this is a killer movie. It's a good choice.
Hey, Dickie's dad's in the chat. Cheers, buddy. How you doing, man?
Cool.
So he was not a huge fan. I thought it was a great movie. I love the story behind it. You know how he still tried to win. He tried to win the game even though they were all like paid to, basically throw it, and they almost did. So anyway, all right, we'll move on.
Good job.
Andy, the Rookie, another baseball. Look, as a theme here, the Rookie. Oh gosh, I didn't think about this one. Oh man.
So I'm going to give you my rationale on the Rookie. Okay, I think Dennis Quaid was awesome in this movie, but we mentioned in the beginning of the show when you were like, I'm tired, this, that, and the other, or I don't remember that. Yes, we're getting old, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So here we are sitting in our 40s. This movie, any guy who's aging and realizes there's no chance left of ever touching a professional baseball field, watch this movie is like, God, that's cool.
Yeah.
You got to go back. You got to have your kids watching you. They're sitting in the stands. You went from high school or little league baseball coach to, to pitching in the bigs. And it was all because the boys were like, come on, coach, go do it. Come on, coach, go do it. This movie relates to me. I was a baseball coach, a longtime baseball player. Everything related to me except for the fact that I wasn't good enough to make the big league. So that's the part that didn't.
Well,
but you know what? Everything else, I'm like, God, that's awesome. It's so cool. So
there you go.
I love this movie. Jimmy said he hadn't seen it. Jimmy, if you haven't seen it, go check this one out. You'll actually really like it.
Yeah.
I think it's really good. Like it says, he thought the Rookie of the Year was better. It was a good movie, but no, it didn't. That was the one with Griffey and Raines in it, by the way.
Is that the one where the kid had like the bionic arm?
Yep.
Like the arm that like broke and you'd throw it like 150 miles an hour or whatever. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yep. So, but and Brian Miller just said the Rookie was pretty good. So I
think I'm losing. I think I'm losing tonight, Andy. It's time to make it up, but maybe I need to put 2 number 1s since you put 2 number 10s. That would help me. All right. Number 6. Now I'm probably not gonna again. I bet you nobody. Did you even hear? Do you know this movie, Andy, at all? Victory, or it's called The Escape from Victory, I think. But have you ever heard?
Yeah, this is Victory it was 1981, right?
Yes, Andy.
No, I'm reading that. I have never seen this. I had never heard of
this.
I didn't even change the slides. No.
All right. So again, very much influenced my older brother. Used to watch this in the 80s. It was soccer. So here's the thing. Pele was in this movie. Sylvester Stallone, like one of his first, well, not one of his first, but like he done Rocky before this, but he played the goalie. So the whole premise here is these guys were World War II POWs in Nazi Germany, right? And they basically were tasked to develop a game to go up against the German national team, the Nazis, just for morale, because they wanted to show that, they could kill these POWs in a game of football. Well, and the whole idea was these POWs were going to escape at halftime of the game. They were down 4-1, and they wanted to actually win the game. And so they didn't escape, went out and tied the game 4-4, but then escaped at the very end, which worked. But anyway, Pele was in this movie, which was amazing because at the time I loved Pele back in he is the best soccer player ever to, be on this earth, and he was in the movie. He was one of the POWs.
My wife will argue with you on that one.
Oh, Pele, there's none better. So, but
she thinks it's old CR7 Cristiano Ronaldo. So we'll see.
Pele was and will be the only Pele. Anyway, Victory was on HBO. Repeat constantly. Exactly right. So, hey, there's Derek Williams. Cheers, buddy. I'm just looking at the chat on my phone.
Yeah, so Jimmy says he's got us all tied up right now in points, by the way.
Jimmy does. Oh, Jimmy's pointing us. Okay. All right. So
Jimmy's jumping on this. By the way, Danny jumped in earlier and said Sandlot's the best movie for baseball. Sandlot is a killer movie. Again, if I had done top 10 baseball movies, I probably
maybe we should have done that.
Hey, maybe like you said, we can always revisit stuff.
Oh, Derek Williams likes the whole Rocky 3. So we got some stuff
Rocky
still coming.
385, Apollo. Any given Sunday, all fantastic. Well,
but anyway, just to get back to Victory real quick, last comment, just seeing Sylvester Stallone try to play soccer was quite comical, though. Next to Pele, really fun. Okay?
I can imagine.
So he was the goalie.
That's the most passionate you've described a movie, I think, since we've been doing this.
I watched this.
You must have really liked this.
As a kid, I watched it all the time. I watched it all. It was like it was soccer, which I loved as a kid, and it had at the time Sylvester Stallone and Pele, which was like back in the 80s. That was like the best thing ever.
All right, you get props to this one.
Anyway, all right, beer break. Oh, it's come already. Jeez, that was quick.
It's beer break. It's beer break.
Cue the music.
Should we cue the music? I have to find the music. I'm not that.
Oh no, Andy, you left me high and dry. I thought you were gonna have that like ready to go.
That was gonna be whoops. All right, it is beer break time.
All right, Andy. So let's see here. We've got a special beer break tonight. Not the slowest any, but we sent some beers out locally to Monica, which I don't know if she's home yet, but I know Micah at Craft Beer Reviews finished a glass, and Evan at Weird Beer Reviews, they have it. Scott, I think you have it. I don't know if you want to drink it, but you can certainly come on. We want to come on real quick and do a quick beer review. I think this will be fun because this beer is kind of crazy.
So yeah, it is, and this isn't our first encounter with this, Todd. We've done this in the past. We enjoyed it, even though people thought it was a little strange for you.
Hey Andy, you ever wonder what unicorn farts smell like?
Man, you say the weirdest shit sometimes.
That is the intro to. I'm going to stop sharing my screen real quick, just so we can take a look at this a little bit better. So unicorn farts, and my light is really bad. So Andy, maybe you can show it better than me. There it is. So this is the beer that is made with what, Andy?
This is made with Fruity Pebbles, my friend, and it's funny when we crack this open, you'll see on the nose, or what you smell on the nose is nothing but Fruity Pebbles, but then the taste is not all Fruity Pebbles. I mean, it is a sour ale, so you'll get it, but it's also glittered. Right. If you go back and watch that, well, you can see the picture of the glitter coming up now.
Yeah.
We did this the first time and didn't read carefully enough on the can. It says you want to gently swirl or invert your beer before pouring, which we never actually did.
Nope.
So,
Monica, I said Pele probably a lot. So you got to do this a little bit. Get it off the bottom.
Shake it up.
Yeah. Shake it up. And all right, let's crack. Well, I'm hopefully some people will come on. We'd love to see. Oh, and that's right. We sent this out to Beer to Beerman. So it's a pretty standard sour ale. So it's not going to be like what I just drank, which was made with Swedish fish.
It's the nose.
It's true to that.
This nose is 100% Fruity Pebbles. I mean, that's what it is.
So if you have this beer in your midst, come on with us right now. We're hoping there is some people. I know there's Micah.
We'll do 30-second beer review, and then we're going to jump back in because we want to finish our list. But
so here's the thing with this. I
inverted it, though, because I want to see if
I'm poured in aggressively. You see some?
Yeah. I don't know if you guys can see some of that swirling around or not.
There you go. Yes, you can see that. That's perfect, Danny. That's perfect. Perfect. There it is. There's the glitter.
This is what we wanted to do the first time. We couldn't do it.
Can you see it? Oh, there it is. Look, yeah, you can see it a little bit.
Oh, this is.
That's good, Andy. You got it good on your light. Perfect.
All right, so there we go. So let's.
There's Micah. Let's bring Mike on and Shade.
Oh, and Johnny, I saw you. Hang tight, brother. We're once we get to number 1, we're gonna start pulling people on. So stick with us if you can.
Hey guys,
what's up, fellas?
What's going on?
And don't go anywhere after this. We're gonna do 30 seconds. We're gonna jump out and have somebody else jump in, and then we are going to finish our thing. But we want you guys to come on with us later. So don't leave us.
Oh yeah, we're not going anywhere.
Did you crack it?
I did actually. I set this up specifically for y'all so that we could do it like that.
Let's do it.
Let's things,
I like it.
All right, let's.
I know you guys.
Actually,
what do you think? So have you have an extra one? I hope to see it on your channel. You've done a bunch of beer reviews where you've done different styles. Are you going to do the sour style at all, or is that what you're going to maybe?
We did Gozas.
Okay.
And we will do. Since you sent us 2 of these, we will actually have a review of this one specifically.
Nice. Good. It did well for us.
We should send you guys the Old Bay Goza that they
Old Bay.
So you can see Old Bay sour.
So can you see any of the edible glitter? That's my question.
Oh yeah, right there.
There you go. Get a nose on that. What do you smell?
All right, let's.
It's more sour than I remember, Andy. It
does smell really sour.
You know what? Todd, you're so used to drinking the basically candy with a touch of sour in it. That even like a regular sour is probably going to taste off to you.
Ooh.
Not my
Wow.
favorite. Not my favorite, but it's okay. But I like the glitter. I like the smell.
The smell is nice. The smell is nice. For me, that's a that it's quite sour, quite tart, but it's not as bad as some of that we've had. It's more
This
of
is nearly as sour as the Gozas were. This is not bad at all.
No, it's not bad at all. This one, it's almost more like fruity acidic versus like that sour like warhead candy. So that's not bad, not horrible.
It's not horrible if you're not into sour.
It smells better than it tastes.
It's like Todd's list. It's not terrible, but it's not great. Like I probably wouldn't recommend it.
So they originally did
have I have something special for Todd. Let me turn it on really quick. Maybe you can see that once the chat goes away. Oh no, it's not showing on there. Interesting.
You share your screen?
No, it's fine. Don't worry about it. I'll figure it out. I'm using what is this? OBS or OSB? OBS, yeah.
Yep.
And I set up a thing over the top of it, but it's not showing there, and it's probably because you have it set up for where yours actually it shows the name on there. So not a big deal. I was just I had my own ticker that said Todd loves Atlanta sports stats. So
Andy would love to see that.
Don't worry. Like I said, I can do that for you because I've already got that up, and we can do.
Oh, there you go. We got
you. This beer, this is what you do to me.
Yes, that's exactly what I did.
All right. So what's your final results? I mean, it's a novelty beer, obviously, right? It's called Unicorn Farts. We're not expecting it to be and it was a good idea in theory. It was supporting the LGBT community when it first came out, and now it's like exploded. Like everybody wants it because it's made with edible glitter, and it's called Unicorn Farts. The beer itself, okay, right? It's okay.
Yeah. I think it's a good cause. I think that's really cool.
I don't see this glitter.
I do see some of it, like it's barely in there, but you can get a little bit of it.
It's more like it looks like little dust particles and stuff, like kind of flashing.
You were
all right. So
like
we're gonna, Mike and Shay, we're gonna bring Evan on. Then we're gonna jump right back into our top 10. But before I go, tell me, what do you think of the ALF references so far?
I'm very pleased. I'm so proud of you. They are amazing. You're doing such a good job. I can't wait to see what you do in the future.
Oh my God.
You're the man, brother. You're the man.
You guys set that up. I think it was coordinated. God.
All right. Hey, what's
up? What's up, brother?
I haven't cut my hair in about 4 months, and so I'm trying to do the ALF thing right now with it. As you mentioned it.
I love it. I absolutely love it.
All right.
So give us a 30-second review, man. We'll give you the floor before we jump back in.
It's a good sour. I mean, the Fruity Pebbles part is accurate. I wouldn't put it in the pantheon of Hall of Fame sours. The one problem I have with it is the edible glitter.
It's not
because anytime I see the words edible and glitter, all I can think of is like a low rent, terrible strip club, like one that has like a buffet. Like chicken strips and macaroni and cheese. So but I mean, that aside, I mean, it is kind of hard to see. I've been sitting here looking at it as
you got to look from the side. You'll see it swirl. Andy, you had it really good on there. I
had it, but I can't get past the fact that he's probably right. It's the beer that smells like vanilla and daddy issues. So we've got.
It is the preferred beer of performers named Gemini, Blaze, and Nitro.
So Evan, I hope you'll do a review of.
Last week.
I hope you do a review of this beer for your channel, just for the comedy sake of it. I hope you've got.
I did. I actually did last night. This is the other one you gave me, and I appreciate that. And I did reuse the strip club joke, but it's a little bit more involved. But But the ALF thing is all original. So that's my 30 seconds.
And everybody, please hold on 1 second. I got to give him a plug, Andy, before you get him off. Your COVID review was one of the best beer reviews I have ever seen, and we've done a lot of beer reviews.
Oh, thank you.
Because you're so funny.
I appreciate that. I just I get tired of the bad news with all the COVID stuff. So I tried to do one where it's like, let's talk about the good things, even though they're not like overwhelmingly good, but there's some silver linings. So
please go check out this channel. Everybody in this chat, you got to go support it because I said in the comments, you need to have more people watching your videos. They're awesome. They're so good.
That. Yeah,
they're awesome. All right. Stick around.
All right, I will.
All right, Evan. Cheers, buddy.
Well,
Thanks, guys.
Farts.
Anyway, that's
right.
cool. I'm glad they got this
Dude,
video.
all right, here's our beer review. I'm trying to actually get rid of it quick as I can because
You're not liking it, huh? Oh no.
For whatever reason, I thought maybe I liked last year's better, or maybe I was just more in the mood for it last year. But it's not sitting with me tonight. It's
okay.
Go.
It's a regular sour. Anyway, I can't wait to see his video on this because it's going to be hilarious.
I was thinking too. Gemini Blaze the Nitro is that American Gladiators.
That's right. All right, let's get back to our list because it looks like we have a fun chat, and I think people want to get on.
People are joining. Go ahead, see what we got up next. You did that fast. Good for you, man. That was really impressive.
There you go. Oh, Andy, number 5, The Wrestler. Great movie. Gosh.
All right.
I forgot about that one.
So, now, look, here's where you can give me a hard time. Wrestling is it entertainment? Is it whatever? But this movie, it had to qualify as something. I absolutely love this movie. Mickey Rourke was just fantastic in this movie. And I don't think I watched it on a whim from a recommendation. It's not something I would probably I would have jumped right into, even though I'm a huge wrestling fan.
Right.
Start to finish, one of the best movies I've ever seen. I
forgot about this one. That's I missed this one. I think it's a great movie too.
What's the I got Andy up 5 rounds for 9.5.
Oh no. Oh geez. I'm down 5-0.
Uh-oh, he's struggling a little
not
bit.
Good. I don't think I'm winning.
I think I'm going to get some love too with this too. So this is a great movie, and he's back ahead with this one. Todd, you've seen this, right?
Oh God, yeah, yes. I just forgot about it. Forgot about it.
Really, really good. And
see, I should have done more research. I went with things that were in my head that I knew I liked, and I quickly went and saw sports movie lists. And this didn't. If I would have saw this, I probably would have put it in my list. I just forgot about it. I don't know why.
Well, and look, I'm with you. Pro wrestling is as much a sport as women's professional.
Oh no. Oh, no.
That one out. But I'm saying,
yeah, I didn't say that.
I don't know what else you would classify this movie in. It would have to fall in some sort of
wasn't up? Didn't it right? Wasn't it up for Academy Award?
Oh, it won all kinds of awards. And John's right.
Yeah.
Marissa Tomei was also awesome in this movie and absolutely stunning. Speaking of strip club, so that's where he meets Marissa Tomei.
Yeah, that's right. Andy, save
well,
yourself here, Andy.
So,
what's the chat saying? I can't see the chat. I gotta get my phone.
Oh gosh, Derek said R.I.P. Chris Benoit. Yeah, and not just Chris Benoit.
Yes.
So many wrestlers. I mean that list is ever growing, which is sad.
Oh, Andy, you're back ahead with this one. Oh no.
Well, you know what? All I know is this wasn't to score any points, Todd. This was because I just thought start to finish, what a killer movie, and very emotional. Like you kind of felt for him the entire movie. Like you felt his passion. Yeah. You knew that no matter what happened, he was kind of one of those he was like the perfect storm of wrestling. He was going down with the ship no matter what. And I love that about him.
Yeah, it was a great movie.
He was awesome.
I missed this one. This should have been on my list. It's an oversight by me, but anyway, that's the way it goes. All right. My 8 and your 4, Field of Dreams. I mean, that's a good.
We're going to start to get into some now where I think there's a little bit of lag and some over. You had this at number
8.
I had this at number 4. I will say this: sports movies can evoke some emotion. If this doesn't evoke any emotion, then I don't think you have a soul.
Hey, Dad? You want to have a catch? I'd like that.
There you go.
Right, come on.
We probably just got hit with copyright, but that's okay. It's worth it.
No, we'll definitely get copyright with that. That's okay. I don't care. I mean, come on now.
Kevin Costner's so good in this movie, and
this is just really, really a good movie.
Now, didn't we talk about? It came up last week with this was a destination maybe you would want to go and see, like the in Iowa where this was shot, right? You can go there, and it looks just like this.
Still talk that this is and Dickie Dad said it's still there. It's in Dyersville, Iowa. Right. There was supposed to be a game between, I believe it's Chicago, but I know it's the Yankees. I think it's the Yankees in Chicago. And they were supposed to play this summer. There's rumor that they're still going to try and have that happen, but they're going to put up bleachers, have about 8,000 seats. And
that's awesome. How cool is that?
They were going to have a game at Field of Dreams, which is just awesome.
Oh, that would be earth shattering. That'd be amazing.
Brian said, how's it not number one? Are you guys dead inside? I mean, look, it's just.
Who said that, Brian? All right. Well,
he likes it.
Yeah. It's a good point. I mean, you could argue that. Yeah, this should be number one. I mean, when you combine our scores, maybe it is. I don't know.
It wasn't. I actually looked at that too, Todd. But I mean, I think,
wasn't. Okay.
Yeah. So.
All right. Well, hopefully the chat likes it. Yeah.
The chat's liking it. Let me see. You're getting shut down 5, 4, 3, 2. John, you're getting shut down. 5,
yeah, no. We'll be right back up if we get shut down.
That's all right.
Not our first radio. Whatever.
But Brian Todd goes, because Todd thinks there are 7 better sports movies, seals the deal. 80 wins tonight. Todd.
Did I have 8? I think you misripped. I thought I had 6.
No, I got your list. Don't start backpedaling.
Hold on. I'm looking at my text right now.
Good, look at your text. You can send it to me. You sent me the slides, bud.
I know. That's what I'm worried about. Yeah, I think I'm trying to win with Brian. That's all I'm trying. I'm pulling strings here, Andy. I'm grasping. Dang it, you're right. It's number 8. Okay, well, hey, it is what it is. Let's get off this topic.
Tony's here. Everybody's saying hi to Tony in the chat room. I know Tony. He loves. It was huge for him too. Tony, go. You want to pop on with this, buddy? Go ahead. We can't see it because you're moving by the chat, but that's all right. What's going on, man?
Hey guys, how's it going?
Good, man. What do you think of the list? You may not have seen everything so far, but we're in the top 5. Todd has Field of Dreams at 8. I had it number 4, but you said you had it as your number 1, right?
Oh, we're going back. I didn't know Tony was coming on. I'm sorry. Jeez.
Where did you have Cool Runnings? That's what I want to know.
I had Cool Runnings at number 8 or 7 for me. Okay. It was number 8 or number 7. Yeah,
good stuff.
All right, but Todd, did you do a little spoiler?
I'm sorry, I didn't know that was going on. Tony, how are you? I can't see you, so I didn't know you were coming on.
I'm good, Todd. I'm very good.
Good.
Regardless, it looks like we're sticking with baseball for the next theme, right?
Yeah.
Forget about the curveball, Ricky. Give him a heater.
I love it.
When they played Wild Thing, that was also another cool thing when he would come out.
So good.
Yeah.
But Bob Uecker is the unsung hero of this movie, by the way.
Oh, he was great.
Yeah. Just a bit outside.
Yep. John goes, "The Cool Runnings is a sports movie. Is Top Gun a sport?" No, Top Gun is not a sports movie. Bobsledd's Olympic sport, John. That's gotta count.
God bless John.
I think Todd will make an anti-Brian list this week. Oh, that's funny.
Hold on. Did Evan from Weird Beer Reviews just say, fun fact, the guy who plays Carano is the Allstate guy?
Yeah.
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 Oh, shoot. You're right.
Yeah. Danny's got the other one, too. You have no marbles from the second. You remember that was
from
number
the second
2.
one.
That's from the second one, yeah.
That was a Camden Yards.
Mm-hmm. That was one at Camden Yards. Unfortunately, 2 and 3. 3 was terrible. Just number 1.
3 was 2 wasn't terrible, but 3 was. Yeah.
So, but that was
all
your
right,
higher
well,
rank. So we got to give you props on that one. So props on that
there
one.
You go.
You had a higher rank.
That's the unicorn fart, Sandy. See, it's getting with you. See that? You don't like that unicorn farts, do you?
Not at all.
Wow, truth comes out. On our video, you're like, this is
beach volleyball. Yes, they were playing beach volleyball. So, and they were listening to Kenny Loggins while they were doing it. So I guess that might count for something. So I don't know.
Then that. All right. So no way Major League is better than Field of Dreams, The Natural, or Bull Durham. And well, I don't have either the later 2 in my list. So maybe any of you do, but I don't.
Let me just say this again. I think I should have said we should have done a baseball only list because
true.
So
a lot of
baseball movies, yeah.
Well, it's because it's the best sport ever made. That's why.
That's what I'm saying, my man. That's what I'm saying, little brother. I'm with you on that. So,
all right, we'll get off of it. Here's oh, there we go. My 5 and your number 3, The Karate Kid. John's probably gonna say it's not sports, but I think it is.
This is a sport, and all right. So,
look at that. That scene is the best.
These last, you know, it is. This is one of those movies, and especially as a kid, like this.
Oh yes.
For a while, just like this is one of the most amazing things I've ever seen. I just
broken leg, sort of, and Miyagi,
I
fixes it.
Todd,
yeah,
just sit back and watch.
Come on, Daniel. Come on, be strong. Be strong. Come on.
So you okay? Can you go on? Get him a body bag! Yeah! All right. Finish him!
Bring on the copyright infringements. I don't care. Tell me this is not just one of the greatest movies of all time.
That's a really good movie, too.
I just watched this like 2 weeks ago. It was on TV, and me and my wife were like, "Oh, we're watching this. We haven't watched it in a while. It's so good, so good."
We're getting lots of quotes of stuff now. Put them in the baggy bag.
That poor guy didn't make it.
No, I think actually he may have passed in real life.
He did.
Did he really?
But
just like last year.
He did he was actually on season 2 of Cobra Kai.
Yeah.
And I guess because they knew he was sick, he actually did die on the show too. Like he brought the guys together from Cobra Kai. By the way, if you haven't seen Cobra Kai, seasons 1 and 2, and they're going to release it on Netflix at the beginning of 2021. Fantastic series. So, can't say
great
about
movie.
this.
And Elizabeth
Shue. Todd
Yeah.
had this lower than I did. So again, if you're keeping score, Todd has number 5, has number 1. So Todd did not get the point. Just to let you know. But yeah, at the end of the day, he wins a trophy. He also Elizabeth Shue is his girlfriend. Good job. I
When
mean,
you
Miyagi,
watch this though,
this is awesome.
Elizabeth Shue looks so much older than
in the movie.
Yes.
Yeah, well,
but they're only
looks
like a year. They're a year apart. No, I looked it up. Elizabeth
but he looks
Shue,
like a kid though.
he was
in this
21
movie.
when this was made. He was 21 years old. I
Who was
looked it up.
Macho?
Ralph Macchio was 21. She was 22. Yes. I looked it up. We were like, gosh, he looks so much younger than, what was
That
the
means
age?
they both got held back a couple of years and they did not do well in algebra.
Anyway.
But yeah.
All right, Andy, let's. Oh, God. Alf. Here
Oh,
we go.
yes. I forgot. So, Todd, because there you go, Micah. We got another one. Because we're leading into a movie that I think might have this theme. I found a picture of Alf when he was actually in the Olympics in the Los Angeles 84 Olympics.
Was he from the country?
He was in the country of Melmac.
Melmac,
So,
yeah.
that's actually they kind of granted him immunity since it was blown up. But yeah, there you go.
Look, Micah says yes.
What's going on, George? I'm glad you are here.
What's up, buddy?
Everybody goes to, you remember George from a few weeks ago. He helped us when we did our boy bands top 10.
Cheers, George.
So cheers, my friend. And Mike is liking more Alf tonight. So yeah, we're doing all right.
All right. Here's number 2, Miracle.
For a reason, because Alf was in the Olympics, and this is the greatest Olympic story to me of all time. I'm giving you all the props on this one.
You didn't make your list, though.
It did, and then I realized that I knew how high this was going to be on yours. I kind of said, "Go ahead, I give it to you."
Okay, I'll take it. I mean, first, the story itself is one of the greatest sports stories of all time. So how can the movie not be good? And it was. It's interesting to see like how they went about this, and it was through the coach's perspective. And what was his name? What was his name? God, he passed recently. What was the coach's name? Somebody who's a hockey fan might know. John will probably know. Anyway, the biggest thing is the game against the Russians was not for the gold medal, which was the thing. They had to come back and beat, I think, like Sweden or Finland for the gold medal, and they did. But that call by what's his face? Why is it blanking me?
Mike Eruzione?
No,
that was the guy who had the shot. You're talking about the announcer.
The announcer.
Mike Tirico.
No, it was not Mike Tirico.
Scott Van Pelt.
Anyway, do you believe in miracles? I mean, that's like the
iconic
call.
It is.
Miracles. Yes, it was great. Yeah.
It's just I wish I was around. It was 1980, and we were 4, Andy. So I don't remember this happening.
You were watching Slapshot when you were 1, so you probably remember that.
No, but like the actual, the bunch of, I guess amateurs going against the Russian professionals.
Derek said Al Michaels.
Al Michaels, thank you. Gosh, I don't know why. Yeah, so he's still doing Sunday Night Football. So it's just, I don't know. Even this whole story is, I guess, what gets me. And the movie I thought was perfect, and I loved it. I'll watch it anytime it's on. So for me, number 2. No doubt.
All right,
so.
good job. Derek says a teenager. Bob Uecker should have called it. Jimmy, I love it.
That would have been great.
Just a bit outside.
Just a bit outside. So that's your number 2. All right. So my number 2.
Oh, is Alf again?
Is Alf again. Now, the reason
I know who that is.
Now, here's a segue from
Andy,
Alf.
you spend way too much time on Alf.
First of all, you can never spend too much time.
Yeah, I knew you were going to say that.
So that's not true. But second, it's leading me to my number 2.
There you go.
You had this number 4. I had this number 2, and I was so close to putting this as my number 1. So close. So look.
Yeah, I mean, it could totally be there. I can. You can't argue with that.
Who's the wild man now? So this movie, my God. I mean, I know this isn't the biggest thing he's ever done because he also saved Frodo Baggins.
He did.
The Ring.
He really did.
So we know that.
Samwise the Brave.
Yeah,
and he was also the leader of the Goonies. So he's got a long list of fantastic stuff. But let me tell you, and Tiki Dad goes, "It's cheesy, gets me clapping every time."
Yeah, I know, right?
All right. So for me, all right, 2 things. Evan, I'm with you. The music the music was fantastic. I used to laugh with people. This is before my daughter was born, because then that changed everything. But that I've cried twice in my life. I cried, and one of those times was during Rudy. Because I can't not watch this movie and just kind of tear up. I was like, oh my God, his dad's clapping, and he had that broken relationship with his dad and his brother. He lost his best friend at the plant. No one believed that he could do anything. He got rejected 10,000 times trying to get into Notre Dame. Yep. He goes to the community college. I mean, this story was just awesome. It was too good to be a true story, and it was actually a real true story. And
I know a lot of these movies are true stories, which is funny.
Oh God, that ending scene where he just goes out there and says, "Where do I go, Coach? What do I do? Just stay out there." And he ends up just sacking him at the end. And they like, I've been trying to condense these clips into like 30 seconds so we don't get copyright infringement. We're still going to get, but
Tony, what are you drinking?
Honestly, I don't think I've ever watched this without just completely just like bawling and watch this. Oh my gosh, little brother! Hold on.
Look at that, 2 birds of a feather here.
Checker spot.
Jeez, if you guys aren't brothers.
TDs, buddy. TDs.
TDs.
This is my
Andy Blades of Glory should have been our number 1.
Hold on, John's saying we missed a ton of movies, so there's gonna be a lot of people coming on here.
Well, look, good. Then come on, tell us what we missed.
We're not done yet.
I want people to come on and tell us what we missed. But we need a tracker too. We need a ticker where people can vote for us, so we can have a final score of like who.
That's true. That's a good point.
Vote for Donnelly.
All right, here's my number 1. Andy, how is this not on your list at all?
Wait, it's not on your list at all?
Well, Todd, I didn't say that. We haven't seen my number 1 yet.
Well, usually you would put it together, but okay. So again, you could put a couple of Rockies in here, 1, 2, and 3. But I put, just the regular one. But to me, when you talk about choke, when he wins this fight and calls out for Adrian, oh God. You ain't so bad. When he said, oh, I loved it. I loved it. God.
And Mickey. Don't forget Mickey.
Mickey in this. Yep. Who was the other guy that was like the side guy who?
That was Paulie.
Paulie.
That was Adrian's brother, who was the drunk, but he had this on and off just kind of relationship with Rocky where he loved him. But The first movie was iconic. I mean,
iconic.
It just set the stage for.
But 2 and 3 were really good too. I mean, so honestly, 4 was pretty good, I think. So I don't know. The whole. I mean, that's one movie where the sequels actually kind of kept it going. You know what I mean? Like, very rarely do sequels get,
1, 2, 3, and 4 all fantastic. 5
Right.
it fell off.
Correct.
But then
still,
Creed
4.
picked it back up again. The Creed movies
Correct.
are good.
Right. So anyway, so I'm curious. Okay, Rocky 4. Okay.
All right, there you go.
All right. I mean, because he beats the Russian.
No, I told you two movies that ever make me cry was Rocky 4 and Rudy. And I was trying
when he beats the Russian.
Look, that scene when he's in Russia and he's training.
Yeah.
One of the badass scenes of all.
Do you have that scene, Andy?
Time. I do not have that scene.
Andy.
It's too bloody long. I do have this.
Ain't gonna be no rematch. The
Oh, there it is. There it is.
Adrian. Honestly, really, there's nothing. The Rocky series is great. I love the first one for what it was. It was iconic. It set the pace. Number 4 was packed full of so much stuff. And if you're looking in the chats now, I mean, Derek Williams here, this quote is a quote of all. When Drago he dies. He takes out Apollo Creed. Apollo starts off as a villain, and then you fall in love with him by Rocky 4. He dies. Mickey has already gone on. Everything about Rocky's falling apart, but this movie, he trains, he pulls it together. Apollo's old trainer comes in and takes Mickey's place and trains him when he's out in Russia. Yeah. And then they have the whole Cold War thing going on at that time. So it's like this Russia versus United States thing that was just, it was awesome. So this was probably, for me, it's definitely my favorite of the Rocky movies. So, and so let me see. Jimmy says Andy takes it. Rocky 4. Love Rocky 4. Dickie's dad, the Russians hurt. Yeah. Good stuff, and yeah, the music is. You're right, Mike. The music's just fantastic. So, all right, Todd. I'm gonna put this up in the chat. Tony, what are you thinking as I post this in the chat? Tell me about the list we've seen so far.
No, so I didn't see your top. I didn't see the back half of it. So, if I'm going through mine, did you say Hoosiers?
So Hoosiers didn't make it. That was in my top. It was like floating around like 11 and 12. I did not. I didn't make it. What a fantastic movie. Hoosiers was really good.
Really, the only there's 3 others that I know weren't on yours that are totally mine. And first would be Blue Chips with
good one.
Nick Nolte, Shaq, Penny Hardaway, John will like it because Coach K's in it. I love it. Just absolutely love that movie. Varsity Blues, one of my all-time favorites.
I knew you were going to put that on there.
And
the Alana Club.
and honestly, I mean, almost it was my number 3. Tin Cup is one of my all-time favorite movies. I mean, Kevin Costner makes sports movies. That man is awesome when it comes to sports movies. But Tin Cup with Romeo as the caddy and Rene Russo, and it's just the U.S. Open. It is so good. So
no,
good.
I'm with you on that. I thought there's definitely so many that we
people are going through the chat here. Yeah.
Yeah. I
Dodgeball.
Dodgeball. I thought about that. If you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball. I almost put that on there too. Invincible was great. Remember the Titans is one I was almost.
Here's one that I thought White Men Can't Jump. Like, I love that movie. I thought that was a hilarious movie. Wesley Snipes and Woody Harrelson were great. I love that movie. It didn't make my list, but it was like right off the cusp. I love that movie.
Todd, White Men Can't Tan almost made my movie, and it was starring you and your feet.
Funny. Hey, I've got a little bit going on here, guys. This lighting does not Do me well.
So you know what I thought? What was the name of the movie that Clint Eastwood did with Hillary Swank? That boxing movie.
Oh, $1 Million Baby.
Oh.
That was up there for me too.
That movie was awesome.
God, it was so sad though. It kind of killed me that movie
It was,
so
but that was a hell of a
They
movie.
were both great in that movie. That was a fantastic movie. Yeah. My wife's watching.
I think NASCAR's a sport. Hey,
it is a sport.
All right.
Oh God, why didn't I say Talladega Nights? Yeah, you're right. Jeez.
Yeah,
We had that too. Yeah. So
Anyway.
George is still on. So George, I think George may have been in, or at least was there when they were filming. When I was at Elon College, they actually filmed He Got Game there. And I don't know if they had all the guys on the basketball team, but George was playing basketball then at that. So he may have even been in that movie. I know a couple of guys from Elon were there. So that's kind of cool. So there's a little sidebar. Anyway,
I don't think I need to ask this, but Brian Miller, I assume this one goes to. Does it go to Andy? I assume it's going to Andy because he had you up, and I don't think I redeemed myself.
Yeah, whoever won, let us know. You guys can vote for who won tonight, Todd or I, because Todd, I think Todd took it last week. But Todd, when
All
I
right,
said
so John is waiting.
So let's bring.
There he is. Oh, he's outside.
Hey,
John, how are you, bud?
what's up, guys?
Long time no see.
Just living the dream, John. Living
Yeah,
the
it's been a
dream.
while. All right, the lighting out here sucks, but there's fireworks going on, so hopefully.
Oh, nice.
Oh, you got a
What do you
glass
say
of
about
wine there, vino, some vino.
Actually, I had a wine tasting from our
Ooh.
dining services provider earlier tonight,
Oh,
and so I'm drinking. I'm sipping on the residual of that.
you took it all home, huh? Is that what happened? They left it there, and you took it all home.
It's actually delicious. They're all Italians. We had an Italian red right here that I'm finishing up right now.
Nice.
I will say this, Johnny, not just because I am, but the Italian wine is the best wine that you were.
It is.
So
Of course.
that my
I
favorite
mean,
one.
anything Mediterranean, right?
There's no Irish
will
wine that's
always
out there.
be the best.
No Irish. No.
But-
Okay.
No.
Okay.
So Tony nailed a couple of the ones that I said you guys missed. But I will say a couple other ones. So
go for it.
Definitely missed kicking and screaming.
Oh yeah.
Juice box.
Mike
That's
Ditka.
probably one of the best.
I'm so
sports
mad.
movies ever.
I'm so mad. I forgot about
Anybody
that
that
one.
missed that. I mean, you missed that movie. Like, it's like, what
I didn't
are
think
we
about it.
talking about here? Are we even talking about sports movies?
Oh
Well,
my goodness, I didn't
I
even
mean-
think about that.
Well played, John. Well
Isn't
played.
that one of the fun? I mean, you guys all are coaching your kids or watching your kids
Yeah.
playing youth soccer. I mean,
Juice box.
that's
Give me a
one of
juice
the
box.
best movies ever.
We quote that all the time too. It's true.
We named a kid on our team Juice Box, John and I.
So that's
we
definitely one of the
literally
ones
named a
we
kid.
missed.
And school actually then he started being called Juice
The
Box.
Blind Side.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's
Blind
good.
Side.
Yep.
I made our thumbnail, John. It didn't make the top 10, but it made the thumbnail.
No.
Oh, I didn't see the thumbnail.
No. John.
Varsity Blues was so far up there. Tony nailed that one. That would have been probably either number 2
Oh, come
or
on.
number 3 for
Number
me.
2 or 3. John, that's way too
It
high.
was
All
for
the
that.
so
Rocky
good.
movies. I'm glad you guys nailed the Rocky movies finally.
What is your favorite Rocky movie?
4.
4. I like the one.
Andy and John
I
on
mean,
the
the
same page.
soundtrack, the soundtrack of 4
Mm.
is like
It's
we're at
ridiculous.
Rocklahoma.
Yeah, it's true.
I mean,
What year did that
it's
come out?
Survivor,
80 what?
like, playing.
85, I think it was like
85,
84,
yeah.
85, yeah.
Yeah. Space Jams. OG said Space Jams.
Blades of Glory was one that
Blades of
Tony
Glory.
came in. I think Tony came in and nailed that, right?
Yeah. Well,
TDs.
sentimental reasons, but yeah, TDs.
Yeah.
Oh God, John.
What should we
Longest
have
Yard.
everyone else in this
Did you
conversation?
guys
Longest Yard.
Longest Yard. Did you say
No,
Longest Yard?
nobody's mentioned that. I don't think.
Which
I
one?
didn't see anybody.
Longest Yard.
No. See, we could have actually broken this down over a couple weeks and done like football movies, baseball movies, kind of broken them down a little bit.
Yeah.
Because Tony was like, I can't believe you didn't have Necessary Roughness. I used to watch that all the
Necessary
time too.
Roughness was-
Yeah.
I was about to say Necessary Roughness, but also Draft Day.
Yeah.
Oh, that was good. I like that movie.
Draft Day
That's
is another
really good.
Kevin Costner. So when we talk about how Kevin
Costner's
Costner
amazing.
nails sports movies, Field
Hey,
of
Griffin, what's
Dreams,
up?
Tin
Cheers.
Cup,
It-
he also nailed Draft Day. I mean, that movie. I have to imagine that Draft Day is a pretty realistic depiction of how it works on draft day.
Except for what he did, which was ridiculous.
Todd, you would know better. You're really
so it
in that.
is.
I don't know
but
if you can.
What he ultimately did in the movie was ridiculous. It would never happen.
Yeah, all I see is your hand moving. I don't actually see you talking. But
all right. I'm sorry. Can you hear me at least?
Brian Miller says Andy wins in the most lopsided victory I've seen.
Oh, shoot.
But Brian Miller is also right. Not having Caddyshack,
was my next one.
I thought about Caddyshack, and I got it. I got a spotlight.
But that brings up the whole conversation of what's a sport and what's not a sport.
I know. Well,
golf's a sport.
That's what's the fun about
I play
things.
golf a lot, but is it? I mean, is karate a sport? Is
yes,
golf a sport?
100%.
Yeah.
Yes.
It depends on what your depiction of.
No. Actually, I looked up the definition of karate, and I was actually going to have this slide ready because it is a competition and sport, and it's called both an art and a martial art and a sport. So karate, I'm yes. Now the wrestler, when I threw that with Mickey Rourke, like, okay, if you're gonna wrestling, maybe WWE style, it's debatable. So that could have easily not gone on the list.
What about arm wrestling over the top?
Is
that a sport?
I guess. I don't know.
Is it?
Yeah.
No, I mean, is bowling a sport?
Yes.
Yeah. Anytime Bill Murray bowls, Tony Kingpin made my list.
Because I always had this conversation where a sport, and I came
What about
up with
Jerry
a pretty good
Maguire?
definition of a sport years ago.
Is Jerry Maguire a sport?
You had to be able to, in a sport like golf, became the biggest question mark about defining something as a sport. But you had to be able to impact somebody else's performance. So, like in baseball, you can strike somebody out.
Yeah, I
in
get
basketball,
you
can defend them. In football, you can defend them. Can you impact the other person's ability?
Happy Gilmore got hit by a car on the fairway.
John, you are the greatest example of someone impacting golf of all time. Because when one of us were ever up in Golden Tee, you would just psychologically say, you got this one in the bag. And we'd all say, and it'd kind of like throw us off our game, and you'd win and have a beer, and that was it. So John wins. So yes, psychologically.
I thought you were going to reference
beer sport. Hey, look, even dumb use of beer games are sports. I got to say.
Hold on, here's the question for you guys.
I think if you compete, it's a sport.
Is Jerry Maguire a sports movie?
No, Jerry Maguire is a movie, Todd.
Can
it's
you
with Tom
guys
Cruise
hear Todd?
and Flipper.
I can't hear Todd. Can you guys hear Todd?
We can hear Todd.
I can hear him.
Oh, see, I can't hear.
Sorry. Oh, all right. Well,
you're
maybe
not
it's for better.
It's
translate. Tony said you're not missing much.
Anyway, thanks, Tony.
That was not me.
Oh, no.
Tony got kicked off. Look at that.
Well played, Todd. Well played.
Now you can see me, right, Todd?
Well played, Todd.
I can still hear Todd or Tony over Todd.
That's good.
Well,
whatever.
I think.
But I mean, but seriously, I get golf as a sport, but is bobsled really a sport?
If it's in the Olympics, it's a sport.
John, I think you have to also decide. I mean, you can.
They're
have
called the Olympic Games, not the Olympic sports. They're called the Olympic Games.
All right.
Right?
If you're going
I'm ready to drink.
All I can say, you're competing against every country.
I'm ready to bring Scott up here and
but are they called the Olympic sports or the Olympic Games?
I didn't name it. That doesn't make them not sports.
I'm asking
All
a
right.
question. What
I
did
don't
they
know. What
call?
is it,
What do they call them?
What?
The Olympic Games.
Yeah.
Right. They call them.
Well, they're
the
not.
Olympic
But they're not playing shoots and ladders.
They
and
don't.
boxing.
They don't
they're
call
competing in
baseball
sports.
the baseball sport. They call it Major League Baseball. So I mean, it's a game. It's the game of baseball. It's a game that happens to be a sport.
I don't know. Anyway,
So
I'm
you
gonna
think
say-
that,
you
you
stumped
think that
us.
bobsledding and baseball are on the same wavelength?
No, but I think they're both sports.
But they're both sports.
I don't think
I don't-
football and baseball are on the same
Oh my
wavelength,
God.
but they're still sports.
Agreed.
Okay.
There's like 10 major sports. Bobsledding's not a sport. It's a competition.
I know.
Okay.
Beer pong, cornhole,
Oh God.
putt, and
Curling.
frisbee
Curling
golf.
is an Olympic sport. So I tell you what.
Anyway.
Though, let me do this before you go, John. We'll clear this up real fast. Bobs. I'm just going to look up the definition to make sure.
Well, what do you mean the definition of bobsledding? I mean,
Well, because the definition will tell us if it's a sport, and maybe I'm wrong. And it
Who's
says
gonna
right
tell
here.
us?
what is it going to say it is?
Bobsled is a team winter sport that involves making timed runs down an arrow twisting banked ice tracks and
exactly. Agree to disagree. Thank you, Scott.
So just saying, it looks to me like it is indeed a sport.
Okay.
But
according to where you found it, yes.
I feel way better. Thank you.
Good talking to you guys.
Say, John.
Enjoy the rest of
We
your
love you,
evening.
buddy.
We love you, John. Stick around. All right, buddy. See you, buddy. That's funny. Remember last Evan put that grenade about Joe Flacco. We all blew up, and then we just blew up about what's a sport, which is funny.
Evan, I was so close. I ran out of time. I had some Flacco stuff for tonight, so I missed it. But
well, let's bring back up craft beer reviews. Finish the glass, Micah and Shade. We had you on for Have you finished Unicorn Farts? Did you finish it?
No.
They don't. They don't like it. Nobody likes it.
That's
I finished my knob.
Yeah, we finished great. But no, we're not going to finish Unicorn Farts.
Right,
sours are our thing.
And it's not the right kind of sours.
Got it. All right. What movies did we miss? We've said a lot now. That you're like
okay.
Yeah,
we have.
Anything we haven't talked about?
Quite a few. One that you haven't mentioned is The Sandlot. I know it's been brought up, but nobody has mentioned is that should totally be on the list.
Like number one.
Yeah.
Like number one. That should be the number one.
I'm sorry about that.
That's bad. That's bad.
Angels in the Outfield. Great movie.
Oh, good one.
See, this is why we should have done a baseball only category because there's so
Little
many.
Giants.
Oh, Little Giants.
That's the other one. I brought up Rookie of the Year earlier, but that one definitely was a great movie. Funky Butt Loving, that's such a great movie. Where he says funky butt loving whenever he breaks the doctor's nose.
Yeah. Man, that's a good call right there.
Tin Cup, that was already mentioned. Lords of Dogtown. Skating is a sport.
It's an amazing movie.
I don't know that one.
Oh, it's about old school skateboarding. Great.
How it really started the competition of skateboarding. It's
where you got into X Games and all that other stuff.
It's the starting of that.
It's a Tony Hawk-esque film.
No, it doesn't have Tony Hawk in it.
Tony Hawk did not do this type of skating. Tony Hawk did vert. It's a different style. This is whenever people were doing pools.
Yeah.
Whenever they were skating in pools in the 70s and 80s.
Got it.
Pools. And it was surfers that started it because they were wanting to surf in the off season.
Got it.
Awesome. By the way, James says that Beer Fest is a sport. I agree with that.
It's Beer Fest. Sure.
Beer Fest should be
a great movie.
And then, Caddyshack has to be on that list too.
Oh, yeah. Caddyshack. That's a mission. Yeah. Dang it.
It just really
I disagree, but that's okay.
She disagrees, but no, Caddyshack is totally a sports movie.
All right.
Caddyshack is a great movie, but again, Caddyshack to me almost rings more like traditional comedy movie than sports movie. That's why I don't think it made my list. It's not. I think of Caddyshack. I don't think sports movie. I think of like old school, just done right, funny top 10 comedy.
Mm-hmm.
I can understand that. Yeah. I can understand that, but whenever it culminates with a golf tournament,
sports movie.
But no, that's
it's a sports movie.
No, it's not.
I'm with you. That's a sports movie. It's about golfing. It's about all that in the funny stuff that happened.
I won't argue with you on that one. I'm
giving you my being a sports movie, a striptease being a sports movie.
No, I agree. The striptease should totally be labeled as a sports too. So. Yeah.
I used to be a dancer. It's definitely a sport.
It's a sport. I completely agree.
Then I can leave the wrestler in. So I now realize I can leave the wrestler in. That's fine. So
yes.
Right.
Wrestler's really good. Fighting with My Family was another good one. If you like wrestling movies, Fighting with the Family.
That movie is awesome. The Rock, great in that.
Oh yeah.
Space Jam.
Space Jam. Yeah, I think that was mentioned too. Space Jam's great.
I can't hear you.
We saw Fighting with Family on the way back from Vegas. We watched it. We
watched that on a plane, and then we watched Paul
Blart Cop. Yeah.
Paul Blart.
All right. Well, look, we got a big lineup here. Hold on, guys. We'll bring everybody on for a free for all at the end. So just stay tuned.
Hang with us. Good stuff. Thank you, guys. We appreciate it. Hang with us. We'll bring you on next. So let's bring on Monica's been waiting. So let's bring Monica on. We haven't seen her.
Monica. There she is.
I made it.
You made it. Safe and sound. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good.
Good.
First of all, let me start off with, you guys are going to trip out, but I might have found my beer. The sour beer might be the thing.
Really?
For me. I like this. There's no way it smells like Fruity Pebbles, but maybe my nose isn't.
No. It's not your nose. Last year's unicorn farts, Monica, I swear, smelled more like Fruity Pebbles than this year. It was better. It was
do you
better.
see the glitter at all?
Yeah, I saw a little bit, but I'm in a dark room, and you're right. It is like a dusting in there.
Yeah, it's dust. Yeah.
But
Monica,
yeah,
maybe you
I like
flowers.
it.
Oh, I think
I like it. Mm-hmm.
All right, so
I
I
think
know
you sent me a couple other ones. Oh, I also tried this weekend. One of the other ones you sent me at Sobo.
Yeah, you're not gonna like that.
It's good.
It was okay, but it wasn't a strong tangerine. So that was a double India pale ale with tangerines. But so maybe this other ale, because I thought, the pale ales might be better than the IPAs for me. But yeah, I'm actually liking this unicorn farts.
All right, so if I know you like sours, I got some good sours for you. Don't worry, fruited sour.
You sent me one other sour. I think is You Killing Me Smalls? Is that a sour?
Yes, that's the
which is from a baseball movie.
Yes, that was.
Wait, is that sour? You're Killing Me Smalls?
That was the sour. Yeah, that was.
Or was that the
Wait a minute.
Where's
my picture of beers?
I think it is. Anyway,
maybe it is.
If not, whatever. I have a bunch I can send you.
Monica, you missed the beginning though, didn't you? When we were reviewing,
I heard most of it actually from work and then on the road, and you guys were kind of both having robotic moments. But I went through. So I'm a little bit older. Yeah. Okay. Oh well, the Slapshot movie. This is the highly old movie. I'm all, hey, it was 1977. I was still born before then, Todd.
So was I. I just was one. That's all.
No, I know. Vision Quest was a great wrestling movie.
Yeah,
Matthew Modine's in it. Yep. I like that. Oh yeah, I couldn't see a lot of the chat because I was driving. Yeah. The Program. Do you remember that movie? I think it's like James Caan plays the coach, and that scene always reminds me where they're teaching him to stay calm under pressure, and they're actually laying in the middle of the street as cars like drive by both ways. That was kind of the scene that I kind of always remembered. And then I know we're in a hurry, we want to come back, but then for a boxing movie based on a true story, The Hurricane. Have you guys not seen that movie?
No.
Great movie with Denzel Washington. Mm-hmm. It's based on a true story of a boxer who was sentenced to prison because of some man who didn't like him growing up, and he ends up getting out of jail 17 years later for a crime he didn't commit. It's a great movie. I suggest you check it out.
Definitely.
The Hurricane.
All right.
So those were my
good stuff.
I had to get my 2 cents in.
And so, Monica, be ready. The after party tonight is on your channel, correct? Are we still good with that or no?
Yeah. Now that I like the sour, man, I'm going to down it. And I got a little bit of the Elijah chilling.
Monica, dilly before you go.
Oh, dilly.
All right, so Monica, you didn't get Bulleit, did you? You didn't get any Bulleit, did you?
I was going to stop, and no, I didn't. But it's okay.
You can get something else. I'm sure you have something.
Yeah, I got the Elijah Craig chilling.
All right, well, stay tuned. We'll come back, everybody together for one last shot, and we'll see you in a couple minutes.
See you, Monica.
Okay.
All right, who we got next, Andy?
We're going to bring Evan back to let us know what we missed.
We're talking about non-sports, so it's like you might as well put the Ocho background up there with lawnmower racing and all that.
Lawnmower racing.
Just figured.
Oh, God. Oh, Evan, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Damn, that's awesome.
I don't have any real movies to add. I think Jimmy mentioned, Raging Bull is kind of the one I would have mentioned for boxing movies, just because De Niro. But people are very passionate about sports movies. I've learned that tonight. Like, really passionate about it. I haven't seen people are like, "Oh, it's garbage." Just totally. It's either awesome or just garbage. Like, there is no in between. No, I haven't heard one person tonight say, like, you know what, that's okay. Like, not one.
Why is that? That's the question. What's going on?
It's something about connecting with people. And you know what? It's funny because there's this movie, if anyone's seen it, it's called Summer Catch. All right.
Oh, Freddie Prinze Jr. Oh, man, the legend.
That's awful.
See? So, do you like that movie, Evan?
Well, no, but
no.
Here, okay, well, real quick, Andy, I'm sorry. The one line I want to mention is the line where Freddie Prinze Jr.'s acting. He wants you to think he's a pitcher, right? Like, because he's a pitcher in this movie, and he has this one scene in there where
the coach is trying to take him out, and his complaint to the coach is, but I throw way over 90. It's like, who would say that in the middle of a game?
No one. And here's the thing. So I said that because I despise that movie. As anyone who's ever played the game of baseball, and they watch that, and Freddie Prinze Jr. goes and just gives baseball the worst. He throws like. Have you ever gone to the park and said it's really cute that you're like Field of Dreams? You're having a catch with your dad, but neither one of you have ever picked up a baseball before, and you're going to hit each other in the face. It's that bad. Freddie Prinze Jr. pretending to know how to pitch is the worst thing I've ever seen.
Oh yeah,
it's almost as bad as The Fan with Robert De Niro and Wesley Snipes.
Yes, one of the worst baseball movies I've ever seen.
Awful.
We could have done that. We could have.
One more I want to mention in that kind of pantheon of people playing pitchers that don't know how to pitch. Have any of you guys ever watched Eastbound and Down?
Yes. But that's good.
Danny McBride, bless him, he's an amazing comedic actor. He has no idea how to throw a baseball. And they constantly try to like cut around it because he has like this like flipping motion every time he tries to throw the ball. It's the
He can
worst.
get away with it though. He's fun.
But see, I think that's important. So Evan, this is why I think this is important. This is why people can sometimes relate, not relate. So Todd he mentioned earlier, he goes, okay, so we've got this movie where Sylvester Stallone is trying to actually play soccer with Pele. You can't do that. Like, he looked out of place. And so I'm thinking here, like, if you look at Major League, and I showed that clip earlier, Charlie Sheen, that last pitching scene when he strikes out the last bat, he looked good.
Right.
He's got the knee up high. He's tucking in. He's got good form. I loved it. I was like, that's great.
Kevin Costner does good too.
Kevin Costner looked good. We called Pedro Serrano the Allstate guy. Well, the Allstate guy had a great swing. Like, Pedro Serrano had a good baseball swing. You could tell these guys had played before. Freddie Prinze Jr., we will, Todd. I got you. I see it in LANC. It's just so funny to watch him try and actually play baseball because he's absolutely terrible.
Dreadful.
And he's the lead. So it was so bad. I said, this is probably the worst baseball movie I think I've ever seen.
And then you got Matthew Lillard, the iconic Matthew Lillard from Scooby-Doo fame, along with, you know what? That's probably where him and Freddie Prinze met up, was on Summer Catch. They're like, hey, you want to do a Scooby-Doo movie after this? Let's do it. Live action.
When you go from, Summer Catch to I Know What You Did Last Summer to your career sucks and you shouldn't have been in movies to begin with. So that's all I got to say. In the meantime, Monica, we got to give you a shout out.
Yes.
To all of our Joe Flacco friends out
there.
Here
we go again. Here we go.
Elite.
I got a quarterback option with elite sauce.
Elite sauce? That's me. I'm elite.
Monica, thank you so much for that. Let's not go down that road again.
I didn't say it, for the record. I did not mention
last week.
Yeah, I did. Well, it's either that or is bobsledding a sport. You got to pick your battles sometimes.
There you go. And there you go. Take his dab. Just everybody, please go check out Weird Beer Reviews. You will not be disappointed. There you go.
Not at all. But yes, and Joe is elite, just to say.
Joe is elite. Oh, God, Lord, you feel like got that in your back pocket, don't you?
You should always have Joe in your back pocket.
There you go. January Joe. So, okay, Evan, while you're on, you got the ESPN background. Then we'll move on. But I feel inclined to do this. Okay.
Okay.
Actually, before I do, I'm going to bring on another Maryland guy. Scott, come on, you can join us with this because
there he is. Scott, what's up, buddy?
How's it going? Robot Scott, the Bourbon Doc. So here's the thing: the Ravens released this, voted on by fans, their all-time Raven team, and in the narrowest of votes, by just literally less than 100, Lamar Jackson edged out Joe Flacco, which I thought was utterly
not yet. That's crazy.
And it was based on the fact that he had one of the single greatest seasons in the history of the NFL. And I'm thinking,
we're going to do this again. We're going to do this again. Evan, we're going to do this again.
So I'm putting together a valid argument to say that, yes, Lamar is probably the greatest, dynamic player I've seen come along in decades. But he is 0 for 2 in the playoffs, and he hasn't done a thing yet to elevate us to the next tier. And so until that happens, my boy, Joe Flacco, is still the elite and the one in Baltimore. And by the way, since 2008 playoff record, Tom Brady 4-5, Joe Flacco 10-4. Road wins for Joe Flacco 7, for Tom Brady, 0.
Here we go.
Touchdown,
Jesus.
21
Look,
for
Evan,
Joe.
see what you did?
17 for Tom, and interceptions only 8 for Joe and 10 for Tom. Just want to throw that out there. Thank you, everyone, for listening. Go ahead. What were you saying?
I have one thing and only one thing to say about that is like I said, I did the review of the unicorn farts. I did it last night, and just spoiler alert, there's a Joe Flacco line in there when I call you guys out. So yeah, that's all I got.
That's great.
I won't say any more.
I can't wait to watch it.
I love it.
Oh, Dickie Dad talking, shouting out Mahomes. Okay, yeah, that is your guys' show. No Mahomes talk.
Yep. Oh, and Derek, by the way, Derek did say he goes, hey, sick since Vic, Lamar Jackson, and he's right. He goes, but Brady's got 6 rings, and that's my point. Because Brady's stats were not great, but he's got 6 rings. Joe's got 1. So in Derek's world where he's talking, I'm living with him because he says rings. However, Lamar's got to take that next step. I think he will be better, but he's got to take the next step. So once he does and brings us home, at least let's start with baby steps, a win. I'm going to say that right now Joe is the best quarterback that Baltimore's had.
Agreed.
Again.
Okay.
Todd,
besides Kyle,
Evan, I'm not taking the bait. I'm not doing it again. I learned my lesson.
If anything, it drives us to drink the whiskey when we.
There we go.
About it.
Let's do that. Can we get out the whiskey and get
Derek? Like Derek said, just win, baby. Just win. I love it.
All right, so we're doing Bulleit this week. Who had Bulleit? Anybody get Bulleit?
Hey, before we do, Todd,
Good.
Scott, do you want to tell us what we missed? Did we miss anything that was on your list?
Oh,
nothing that was on my list, but honorable mentions would be Ford versus Ferrari. It just came out.
That's just brand new.
Yeah, that was really good.
Yeah,
and then Point Break.
Ooh,
Joey,
yes.
Played football
movie, right?
Huh?
You're talking to surfing. Okay.
Yeah,
that's surfing.
Yeah,
it's loosely. I mean, it's loosely based, like some of the other ones, but
Well, Keanu Reeves played football. Like his character played football in that movie, right? Johnny Utah.
Yeah.
No, wait a minute. He also played in a movie at M&T Bank Stadium where his name was Joe Falco instead of Joe Flacco.
I can't believe that wasn't in top 10.
All right, the replacements.
All right, so Dickie's dad asked me what we got. Scott, you want to talk a little bit about Bulleit?
Sure. Bulleit was started in 1987 by Tom Bulleit. He was a relative. He had a great relative that was a distiller in the early 1800s, so he brought back the brand. It was bought out by Seagram's in 1997 for $8 million.
That's interesting.
It was later bought by Diageo, which owns it today. Who owns other brands like Guinness
who owns Guinness, and that makes sense why Guinness did their barrel-aged stout in Bulleit. I didn't know that. Yep. Now I do. I was wondering why that was.
They do W.H. Harper and Northern Barrel. They're a huge Scotch company. They own a ton of distilleries, but they don't have too much bourbon or whiskey. They've been branching out slowly. That all happened in when Seagram broke up and actually sold off a lot of brands at the same time when whiskey was almost dying basically, and they actually sold off the same time Eagle Rare, Weller, and Benchmark to Buffalo Trace. So right now they are contract distilled. They're supposed to be non-disclosed, but it's Four Roses. They started building a distillery on 300 acres in Shelbyville, Kentucky in 2017 for spending $115 million on this distillery. So it should be pretty neat. And then they are a high rye mash bill. They're 68% corn, 28% rye, 4% barley, aged 5 to 8 years. And then they have a rye that came out in 2011, which is 95% rye, 5% barley, and it's sourced by MGP currently.
That's what I have.
You got the rye?
Yes.
I have the rye as well.
Oh, anyway, so what do you have, Scott?
I didn't realize I didn't have a bottle of Bulleit.
Oh no, you have no Bulleit. Oh no.
No, so I'm drinking Four Roses. So
close enough, I guess. All right, Andy, what do you have?
Well, Houston, I have a problem.
No.
So I have I've got the Bulleit barrel, which I absolutely love.
Mm-hmm.
I went to pop the top, and this just happened.
Oh no!
So I'm stuck.
What do you do?
Wow.
You don't have a wine key?
I do have a wine key. I just try and not get up, even if I have to pee really bad. But I'm going to have to excuse myself for a second to get my wine key. So I'll let you guys do your thing.
It's like anybody else knew you were talking about Joe Flacco.
That's what it was. That's what it was.
I
It's
got
not
all
elite.
excited, and then I know that's not an elite move. Joe would have had a backup bottle ready to go.
You had the power of Flacco, and you just ripped that thing right off.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like he could throw a ball 50 yards from his knees.
That was Bowler, wasn't it?
Andy Lee Evans just dropped your pass in the end zone.
Yeah.
Anybody in the
Lee
chat?
Evans. Turn that on.
I don't know if we've missed people, but if anybody else has Bulleit, any type of the Bulleit, I mean, there's various kinds, right? I mean, there's Andy. What did you say you had?
I've got the barrel strength. I also have my 12-year upstairs somewhere. I just couldn't find it amongst.
They used to only have one brand, and then the rye and the one bourbon. But in the last couple of years, they released a couple different versions. They have the 10-year, the barrel one that you have. They have the new something select, I think, that just hit not that long ago.
Like the bartender select or something like that they have.
Yep, the 12-year, and then they're doing store picks in some places. I haven't seen it.
Fantastic, by the way. I'm not getting a
All
huge spice.
I'm gonna go get my wine key to open this. And in the meantime,
wait here.
This is Todd Bulleit, Anthony.
How about Hawaii?
He is such a you know what. I'm gonna bring everybody in just to mess with him. Everybody, let's come on in. Anybody else who wants to come to the chat, we can get more. If you have Bulleit, drink up. Cheers, everybody. We'll wait for Andy, I guess. I guess we have to wait.
I don't have the Bulleit. Do I still get to be up here because I'm drinking the unicorn farts?
Whatever. Yeah, of course. That's the
See,
beer.
Jimmy, you can come up even if you don't have it.
Jimmy, come on up. We haven't seen you there.
Yeah. Yeah, we don't have Bulleit either. But Shay did mention that she loves Bulleit in a old fashioned. Bulleit rye in an old fashioned.
Yep. Oh,
and it's kind of spelled like Bulleit, right?
Correct. Yes.
Yeah. Bulleit. That's a fancy pronunciation. Bulleit.
That's right. I'm drinking.
Well, it's got that extra I. You know, you can't just say it.
Right.
There's Jimmy.
Bulleit.
Oh, your son.
Hi, bro.
He's probably got some McCormick's, doesn't he?
Yeah, I got Mountain Dew tonight. Mountain Dew tonight, it looks like.
Oh, is that what you're drinking, Jimmy? Some McCormick's?
Yeah, it's McCormick's vodka and Mountain Dew.
Oh, you're doing the vodka tonight.
Hey.
Yeah, that's my
Here's
Dew
the
driver.
gummies.
Oh, there you go. Hey, John, did you finish that? Oh, wait, he's got McCormick's.
Woo! Look at that. Heck yeah.
All right, so Scott,
How's that plastic bottle feel in your hand, Scott?
I mean, does it go without saying we do our whiskey of the week is McCormick's next week? I mean, maybe we have to do that. I don't know.
I gotta find it.
I don't know. I have to talk to Andy. Did Andy know you have that, Scott?
I told him that. I went. Told
you went to Delaware, remember?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. That's right. That's right.
If,
all right.
If McCormick's is the liquor of the week next week, I'm going to have to find something else as drain cleaner in my house. So that's the dilemma.
Maybe we should benchmark.
He's not giving you a very good review, Jimmy.
Well, Jimmy,
you'll like it.
This is supposed to change our life, right?
Jimmy, this is the one you need to look for and try. I think you'll like. It's a little bit more, but not much more. But I think you'll like it a lot more.
What is it?
JW Dant.
Oh,
JW Dant. Anybody else? I've never heard of it. Mike, have you heard of JW Dant? Evan, you heard of JW Dant?
I have, yeah. It's really good actually. I haven't had it in a while, but it's pretty. It's solid.
All right.
Yeah, it's about $20 for a 1.75.
How would you compare it to Evan Williams with like white label?
Comparable.
Comparable. All right.
Yeah, it's comparable. Oh, by the way, I finished. You can't really see it because of the green screen, but I finished the unicorn farts, and the bottom of my glass is absolutely coated in glitter.
There you go. There you go. There you go.
Found the glitter.
I liked it. Did you like it?
I didn't mind it. Yeah, I mean, I like. There's other sours I like better, and again, I mean, it's coated in glitter, and I can't help but think of strip club references. But yeah, but it's
the video. I cannot wait for the video.
I'm gonna see what it looks like coming out.
All right. Here's
I'm
my
sorry.
first.
That's more for my channel.
Andy, let's watch Andy try to get this. Let's see. Can we get Andy to do it? There it is.
It's not going very
Come on,
well.
Andy.
Push it all the way in, then, and just Forget
Come on,
about
Andy.
it.
Let's watch Andy go around. Andy, you're on.
Andy, it's a twist off.
We start chanting Rudy while we go through this.
Come on, Andy. We're all ready for you.
Andy,
you do the Rudy.
Andy.
Come on, Andy.
It's 30 seconds.
There he goes.
There we go. I was worried I was gonna.
Hey, Andy,
gonna
you got
push
all
that
cleaned
right
up
through.
and haircut and everything?
Oh.
No. I just showered.
Oh,
That's
He does it once a week.
you look cleaned up.
It's quarantine. Thank you.
Andy, did you see that Scott's got some McCormick? Did you know? I mean, he showed it to us. Like, I think we have to drink that next week.
Yeah. There we go.
Can
May
we
not
get
be
a
the
little,
best of the
can
week,
we get a
you
little
guys do
sample
something.
for next week? Maybe we'll do a little.
Oh, you could have a big sample.
Oh man.
Hey, I know what that means, Jimmy. By the way, Jimmy, what's up, man? Good to see you, brother.
What's going on, man?
How you
He
feeling?
left that in the car for a few days too.
Yeah, you can start your
He
car.
put it in the car, he bought it, and he forgot about it. He said, "Forget about it." He left it in the car.
All right, Micah and Shay, what are you guys drinking? I'm trying to get everybody together here. I know we're drinking.
Shay.
You have,
Hey.
what are you drinking at least? Oh, what do we got here?
So 420 by who is this by the way? G13 by Sweetwater, and then I'm drinking New Belgium 1985.
Oh, wait.
Two
The
good beers.
85
Two
is
real
by
good
what?
beers.
Is that
There you go.
Calvert? 85? Calvert Brewing?
No, 1985 is by New Belgium. New
New
Ranger.
Belgium. All right, New Belgium. All right, yep.
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
All right. Yeah, I like that beer. All right, so here's my rye Bulleit.
Oh, my dad's watching, Todd. He's watching the late night portion.
Dad's
Being
up
from
late.
Baltimore. Where's the blind side? We had the blind side.
It was
as
mentioned.
Almost,
It
it
was
was
mentioned.
mentioned. It was in the honorable
Yeah.
mention category. But yeah,
I know I said
This is a
warrior
big
in the chat like 10 times. Nobody ever responded. So.
Was it?
Has
Which
anybody
one-
seen
which-
Warrior?
wait, which one is the warrior?
Oh, Warrior's a good one.
Tom Hardy.
MMA.
And yeah.
I don't know.
It's got Nick Nolte in it as his dad.
Yeah, Tom Hardy is like an MMA player, right?
Yeah.
All right, because the only thing I think of is the Warriors from the 70s.
No.
Like the
So I watched Rocky 4 in the theaters when I was 13. And the best time I've had since then was when I watched Warrior in the theaters with my kids. And that was just a few years ago. So really
Jim,
good.
What's your favorite Rocky of the five?
Four.
Yep.
Boy, everybody likes 4.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Nobody
4
likes
saved the world. I mean,
That's
Four-
true. That is
Four
true.
was killer. Four was killer.
Save the world.
And by the way, I think as much as I like Mr. T and Apollo ended up becoming friends with Rocky, the best bad guy, by the way, was Drago too. Drago just you couldn't root for him. Like you liked Mr. T, you liked Apollo because he had
What about Hulk Hogan? What was his name?
yeah, Thunderlips.
Thunderlips from Rocky 3, yeah.
Monica, what is that?
Thunderlips is the best part.
Oh yeah, there you go.
That was the best Rocky by far.
There you go. I could see what it said.
I definitely
It says,
agree.
"Yo,
Dolph
Adrian, I got the last
Lundgren
one."
did such a good job in that. I mean, for a guy with a doctorate in engineering, he's a really good actor too. He played the Russian very well.
And he also played He-Man in the He-Man movie, which was terrible. So there you go.
You're like one of 8 people that saw that.
I was so excited for that as a kid. And even as a kid, I watched. I was like, "That movie."
Consider me number 7.
Moneyball is good. That's another good one. Moneyball is good.
Yeah, Moneyball and
I said that
42,
one
both good picks. Skip.
Yeah, that was good. Moneyball's good.
42, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, great picks. The more I think about all these baseball movies mentioned, we should have done a baseball.
Well, because baseball's the best.
What's the new one, that newer one that Brad Pitt's in? What's that called?
Moneyball.
That was Moneyball.
Moneyball.
That was Moneyball. That was a really
newer one.
Good movie.
I had Jonah Hill too.
That's
Well,
right.
I mean,
That's true.
It was 2010s plus, right? Moneyball, or was it before 2010?
That was after
2010 plus.
I guess I'm thinking of the Clint Eastwood one, the one that came out.
No, hey,
last-
Jimmy, I don't like music past 89, so trust me, anything that we're talking, recent movies, 2010s is recent for me, so you're good with that.
Have we
Moneyball was 2011.
movies? Bad News Bears?
Oh,
I said bad.
Great,
I said bad news
great
bears in
movie.
the chat. Yeah.
Anything with Walter Matthau.
Yeah. Yep.
The Dog one's not bad either. I mean, it's not as good, but it's not terrible.
Which one is that?
They did a reboot of Bad News Bears probably about, I don't know, 10-ish years ago with Billy Bob Thornton. Yeah.
Yep. It was okay.
Did anyone say Days of Thunder?
No, that's a good point.
Great
movie.
Well,
That's
now
good.
that Todd's the world's biggest NASCAR fan, you should have
Yeah.
Talladega Nights on there.
That's where we get into what is exactly a sport.
You're not first or last.
Exactly.
Well, the definition earlier was where you can affect another opponent, and you can definitely do that in NASCAR.
You
So
sure can.
Wow.
Slingshot
that
and
was
gauge.
John's definition. I don't think that constitutes the actual definition.
What about Cannonball Run? Does that count?
Cannonball Run.
What's that one about the skier? Oh, that's an Olympic game. Eagle Eddie or something like that.
Oh, that's the the English.
Molly's Game. Molly's Game about the poker chick.
The poker.
That was a
He was
good
an
movie.
Olympic skier and then became a poker.
Yeah,
Sure.
good point.
What was it called? It was Eddie the Eagle, but I don't know the name of the movie.
I thought it was Eddie the Eagle.
Maybe that's the name. Is the name of it? There you go.
That has the Wolverine as his coach, right? Jack Human. Human. He's
Jack
always the
Human.
Wolverine and
Jack
that human or human. Hugh.
What's his name? It's Jack.
Hugh Jackman?
Hugh Jackman.
Hugh Jackman.
There you go. I was like, what?
Good, come here.
I thought I was calling you for a second.
Can't wait for the after show. Dilly.
Dilly, guys.
So,
Is it Evan? Thank you, Evan.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Very good. That rye's
all right,
nice.
so what's everybody thinking? Todd, I'm gonna
Jack
ask you first.
Yes, sir.
We have talked now for a while about the hair bands.
I think it's time to do it.
Are we going to start that soon? What do you think?
I think it's time to start it. I know Jimmy wants it.
Let's get it started.
So
Let's do some hair band stuff.
I want 2 weeks.
Fun. Who doesn't like hair bands?
Give me a week to prepare because
you raise your hand now. You can't be on the street.
Now, wait a minute. What classifies a hairband? Because Dream Theater wasn't around during that era, but they are totally a hairband.
Who's that?
Yeah, you're gonna put
Dream Theater.
I totally would say
parameters of years on it.
Yes,
Dream Theater is
100%.
prog rock.
100%.
Dream Theater is not a hairband. And by the way, I absolutely love Dream Theater.
Why not?
Hairbands were dressed up in leather, long hair in the 80s predominantly. And
See, there you go. See, that's what I was asking. You were saying in the 80s. Dream Theater isn't that, but they are that.
Everyone in the 80s had big hair.
Yeah, but is the
Everyone in the 80s had
movie
big hair. We're
set
talking
in the
heavy metal.
80s time? Because then it would still qualify, right?
Yeah.
We're all getting all. Look, this is a important topic
Sidebar,
here.
Pull Me Under, one of my favorite songs of all time. I absolutely love that. But again,
Great song.
I think if you took a poll of 100 people, is Dream Theater hairband, you may get 2 or 3 to say yes because they're in a different category. I think. Hairband, like it or not, can also almost be a derogatory term to some people. Like Aerosmith is like, I'm not a hairband. Def Leppard, I'm not a hairband. They all classify as something else. So hairband, you really start talking about those Motley Crue, Poison, and Warrants and
Is
Rats.
Kiss a hairband?
See, I would think Kiss is a hairband. Yes. I mean,
Kiss is a
Jesus.
hairband.
That's just, I don't know. That's just
Okay, let me throw one curveball. Bon Jovi.
Hairband.
Hairband.
At one point they were, right?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
100%.
At one point, yeah.
Yeah.
They were hairbands. Now he's a country star who thinks he's Bruce Springsteen that doesn't quite get it. So I don't know what Bon Jovi is anymore. But
I don't think he's country.
He's not rock.
Yeah, Bon Jovi,
He's a little bit
Bon
country.
Jovi flipped over in 1992. So
He's a
like
little bit rock
92's
and
the
roll.
cutoff year.
Yeah, there you go.
Like Donny Osmond.
I feel like
I think
Andy's
I
gonna
know
get mad at
Yeah,
people's, what people
mad.
call hairbands.
Yeah, he's totally gonna get mad. Next week's
No.
Be like, that's not a hairband.
He's
Look,
totally gonna do that.
everyone is free to have your opinion. That doesn't make you
That's
right.
true.
But you're
right.
free to have your opinion. And that's
Even
what
if you're wrong.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're right.
I have one hairband story real quick. Takes 15 seconds. I was at a Motley Crue show. Shame on my father for taking me in 1989. I was 9 years old. So he takes me to this show, and that was the first time. And the guy offers me his drink sitting next to me. He says, "Here, try this." And I say, "Okay, it's a Coke. It's like a cup of Coke full of whiskey." So I take a huge drink of it, and I'm like, "Oh, what is this? Coke's gone bad." And my dad looks over and he goes, "What are you drinking?" I was like, "This guy just gave me his cup," and he slaps the cup out of my hand. It goes everywhere, and the guy next to me is just drunk and mad. So my dad then goes. So we go out of the road to buy this guy a new Coke. And the guy goes, "Nah, it's okay. I got another one." And he just pulls, he just had a pint of whiskey in his pants, in his waistband, just pulls it out, and pours it back in there. And then this guy he looks at me, he says, "Well, do you want any more?" And I was like,
"Oh God!"
I just look at me, he was like, "He's 9. He doesn't want any more."
And then he looks at your dad and says, "But you are what I do."
When I was 9.
Yeah, the first concert I ever snuck out to, I was 15, was Dr. Feelgood, Motley Crue. Pastor Pussycat opened up for him.
Oh, yeah.
Fresno, California. Yep.
Yes, sir. All right, Andy, you went 2 weeks. What do you want to do?
Alice Cooper count?
Yes.
Alice Cooper. See again.
100%.
I think that sure, put Alice Cooper in there. I think anyone who had those big hits during the era can count. I think if you're 1980 to 1992,
93.
and Dickie Dad said too. Agreed. He said the cutoff was 92 when "Smells Like Teen Spirit" came out, and music.
They ruined everything.
Yeah.
They ruined everything.
Kurt Cobain. So I would say anything from 80 to 92.
We should do a top 10 alternative rock bands. Andy would just go nuts.
I would do that with you. Top 10 90s bands. I would do it.
Alternative rock.
Everything.
I was going to say it's rock metal because Michael Bolton had long hair for the longest time.
Andy loves metal.
You can't just count long hair. Kenny G had long hair. You can't just count long hair.
Well, it just says hair band. You're not saying is it rock hair band?
He's just a hair man, Monica. He's just one guy.
Hair man.
But Todd, I would do that if you want. I tell you what, let's do this next week.
Yep.
Top 10 grunge bands. As much as I hate everything about it. Let's do it. And then we'll follow it with something 10,000 times better the week after. We'll do our hair band series. But next week.
Love it.
Top 10 grunge bands.
Love it.
Top 10 garbage bands. Got it.
I can't wait to see your list, Andy.
Honestly, I'll tell you, not on mine is Todd loves sours and Alanis Morissette. I
love sour. This one anyway.
Hey, Monica, if you like those sours, you should totally check out Gozas.
Yeah.
They're a particular type of beer that's a sour beer. You might like them. If you like sours, you might like those.
Yeah, I got to get through the ones I got sent to me first. Yeah. Like that Cashmere, that's going to be more IPA, huh?
Yeah, but I've got beers here, Monica. If you like those fruited things, I have fruited sours that are just crazy. So just wait.
So a whip around the room here. Jimmy, did you like any of the 90s music, those grunge bands?
Yeah, there was a couple songs I liked. Alice in Chains had a couple.
Hang on to those, man. I want to hear them next week because, there's few and far between. Monica, did you like the 90s music?
Yeah, I like all music. Mm-hmm.
That's a cop-out. Evan, no one likes all music.
Well, wait a minute. Like Scorpions? Scorpions ever a hairband?
No, Scorpions.
It's a hairband.
Hairband, sure.
Because there's no one like you.
That's true.
I've been that for 2 weeks and I like it. Evan, how about you? 90s? What are you thinking?
Yeah, grunge was my thing. I wore the flannel.
Yes.
I had the hair. I wanted to be Eddie Vedder for a good 5-6 years. So yeah.
You'll love next week. Scott, what about you?
Yes, I like some grunge.
There you go.
I love Nirvana a lot more than you.
Which isn't saying much.
Scott, you liked who?
Nirvana.
Okay, so Scott's gone for the night. I'm just kidding, Scott. I'm kidding. I'm sorry. I brought you right back. Oh, I hate
Hey, Monica, start posting your link.
And Micah, what are you and Shane? You guys, what are you thinking? You
I
guys,
was just doing
I actually look like Eddie Vedder. 4 years ago, I did. About 4 years ago, I looked like Eddie Vedder. So yes, we do like a lot of '90s rock. So yeah,
you guys can help me then because
I can't wait to see Andy's.
I'll share a pic next week.
Andy Hansen does not.
Me and Eddie Vedder side by side. We look identical.
No Hansen.
Hansen does not count.
It does not count. I can see Andy's list already. It's going to be like all these poppy.
Don't bring Mr. Big back, please.
Was somebody just singing Hanson?
Yes. Yeah.
Best thing to come out of the '90s.
Tony, I know you don't like this topic at all.
Well, no, I don't. There's some '90s bands I like. Just Nirvana's not one of them.
Okay, good. All right, good. Andy, you'll find 10. You'll find 10.
Well, I have to. It's part of the show.
Yeah, you can pick SR-71, you know?
Is SR-71 considered alternative? I guess they are. No, that's 2000 plus. They're not. 92 to 2000. And look, that's the other thing. Like all these goofy, like little.
I get you.
Do they count?
Yeah, like the one headlight.
I have a 92.
Yes.
Yeah, all those.
Yeah, we haven't like 3 playlists dedicated just to the '90s on our Spotify that we listen to all the time. So we're in.
I can't wait for the 80.
I'm going to start researching now because it's going to take me probably 5 days to find 3 that I like.
Andy and Todd, with this topic, I'm bowing out for tonight. So I got to run.
See you, man.
Bye, Tony.
Brother.
Hey, Tony.
Good
Take care, everybody.
Have a good one.
All right, so Monica, we got the after party out there for you. If people want to head over, we're going to stop by for a little bit. I think this was fun tonight. I think topic that I forget who said it, but it was Evans. It sparks emotion from people, which I really
can't believe it. That was surprising to me.
Well, I mean, sports are everyone grows up, and I think it touches them in some way. So this was really cool. Now, music can be the same way, where you are in your life, when you were born, whether your region, whatever. So people are probably going to like next week's topic.
You're going to. It's just people have. Yeah, I agree with Andy. People just have a connection, and probably music's going to be the same way. As like they have a memory or a connection to something. The thing that I found interesting is that people would say, like they mentioned, like Slapshot, great movie by the way. Also, Micah Goon agreed, very underrated, good movie. But like I don't like hockey. I don't watch hockey. But I'm not like people are like, oh, hockey's terrible. I didn't watch any of that. Like it's a movie. Like you don't need to. You don't need to be Gordie Howe to watch those movies. Like you can just watch it. So I think music's kind of the same way where people just connect with it and they're like, oh,
I agree.
It'll be fun. It'll be fun.
Are we doing top 10 grunge songs or grunge bands?
Oh, yeah, that's a good question, Andy.
We'll do grunge bands.
Bands, I guess.
Or
I guess.
Or there's a lot more songs than bands because there's
that's
a lot
true.
of one-hit wonders.
So if a lot of smart set isn't on your list next week, Todd, I'm gonna be very disappointed.
You know what? I'm doing it just for you, Micah.
Now, wait, Andy, I got to see how you can get Alf into there.
Oh, geez.
I'll figure it out.
Into the 90s.
The Alf cartoon was from the early '90s, wasn't it?
That's true. I looked at that this week because they had some, but I ended up going with pictures. But trust me, I'll figure out some sort of Alf reference next week.
Hey, I didn't hear it. Who won? Andy won tonight on Brian Miller,
Andy
right?
Oh, yeah.
Brian Miller.
Andy won hands down.
Oh gosh, come on, Micah. Jeez.
Between Alf and between his picks, though I didn't agree with all of them, and both of your number ones were horrible.
Yeah.
Andy still had the better placement for the ones that I agreed with.
Well,
I had Andy down for the little cheating kind of move earlier, with a 2-pick one.
Exactly. Thank you.
So, but then when we hit the baseball movies, like I'm not a baseball guy, Andy started pulling ahead then.
All right.
And you had him with Rocky, but he pulled that Rocky 4, so he took it by half.
That was it. Rocky 4. That's what did it.
People always forget with Rocky, it won an Oscar. Rocky won an I can't remember, it was Best Picture or Best Director or something like that. Like not to say that makes a good movie, but somehow it won an Oscar. So
did The Wrestler, right?
Well, yeah, it was nominated for Best Picture, I think.
So I mean, hey, look, This was fun. I think we should do some sort of sports theme again, like movies.
I'm sure we will.
Figured out.
It's inevitable.
But next week we're going to do grunge bands or artists.
I can't believe you agreed to this, Andy. You guys all heard it. You can't change it now, right?
I'm in. Look.
I'm not so grungy.
The 90s.
Yep.
Well, Monica,
Monica, you're out there. You're out there close to where people, that it started out on your coast on the West Coast.
Yeah, I don't know. I've never grungy, and I never liked the real heavy, the death metal stuff. I couldn't handle that. No, I know. I said and death metal.
Yeah.
One other question. We didn't talk much about Bulleit this week. Andy, what do you think of that Bulleit you're drinking? Is it good?
I'm glad I got the cork out because I love
It's rye is fantastic, and I can see it in old fashioned this week even better. This is really good.
It's really good.
I have my Bulleit rye specifically for. I like it neat as well, but I mostly use it for old fashions, and I forget who mentioned that. I think Mike did. But that's what I primarily like it for.
I'm going to jump off because I got to go get some ice and stuff.
All right, we'll see you over at Monica's.
See you guys. Come see me.
Okay, see you in a bit. Yep.
Bye, Monica. See you in a minute.
Okay, so thumbs up. We didn't talk about whiskey for next week. What do we want to do? I mean, we have McCormick. We could just do as a fun thing for Jimmy. But let's
do Canadian Hunter.
Let's bring it up a notch. Scott, I'm going to defer to you and Andy, our resident.
I like the idea of. Here's the thing: if we do McCormick's next week,
Evan's out. Evan, what did you say? You need to get a house cleaner?
Well, I mean, I usually clean my drains or take the rust off a bumper. But I mean,
I'm just saying, if I have to drown my sorrows in something, it might as well be something I'm not sure I'm going to like that either. So I might as well go with just make it the whole week of my misery if that's the case now. And then I could be pleasantly surprised because if I like it, then it's the only bright spot in a dark week, in a grunge Seattle week.
That actually suits the theme of grunge. Grunge is depressing. So is McCormick's.
Jimmy,
you may be surprised.
Jimmy,
you may be surprised.
That's what I like. See, I might surprise myself. There's no grunge bands in Arkansas. He's probably got.
Canadian Hunter's better than McCormick's.
I don't know.
Yeah, there's.
I don't think it's much better.
But yes, Danny, it is grunge 90s alternative next week. So get your list ready.
Yeah. Well, wait. Is there a difference between grunge and 90s alternative?
It's the same thing.
Not really.
Not really.
Not really. They were kind of the same thing.
But check out the Jesus Lizard.
Chances are, Dan, I hate them both. But we'll do it next week and we'll try it out and we'll see what happens.
Andy, you hate anything that's not from the 80s. So, I mean, of course you hate it. It's the 90s.
No, that's not true at all. I like 91 and 92 pre Smells Like Teen Spirit. There's some great bands that came out then. In fact, little known fact, it was Stone Temple Pilots, I believe, Nirvana and somebody else in the running.
Fantastic. They're in my list.
Best new rock artist of the year, and Firehouse beat all three of the other grunge bands in '92. And I said, "Yeah, we're still alive."
I guess Danny's probably making a good point here. '90s alternative, I think, encompass some of the pop '90s, like pop rock that came out late '90s, like the stuff that I actually like, which was, I don't think that's grunge. Like
Nickelback.
Yeah, like Nickelback or Stroke 9, Little Backpack, or
Nickelback, Stroke 9, Sours, and IPA.
Like, is Lit 90s alternative? Like Lit.
Linkin Park.
It's Linkin Park.
Lit's like grunge. Yeah, Lit's like late 90s.
Lit, like My Own Worst Enemy was like pop rock. Right. I don't think that's grunge. They would. So I'm not going to put them in that list. I think more rock.
Right? I could probably just go from memory because I'm that guy that just listened to way too much of this stuff. But like Stone Temple Pilots, Soundgarden, Mudhoney, the Melvins, Pearl Jam,
Dishwalla?
Wait. Mudhoney. Wasn't that the band that was
remember Meat Puppets?
Chris Farley movie Black Sheep? They did the opening. Where's Brian Miller? Weren't they the one from Black Sheep with Chris Farley and David Spade?
I don't know.
I'm going to look this up.
What about Meat Puppets?
I think so, yeah.
I think that's the one. I think it's Mudhoney.
Alice in Chains, Andy. There's
Google it right now. You're about to find out.
So what is Korn, Nine Inch Nails, and Limp Bizkit considered?
That's new metal.
That's new metal, yeah.
So Limp Bizkit would not.
Yeah, that
was 90s.
All right.
They were 90s, but yeah, that's new metal. That's not grunge.
Okay.
Grunge is like Smashing Pumpkins,
Soundgarden,
Pearl Jam.
Okay.
Soundgarden.
All right. Yeah, got it. All right, we'll get it. Yeah. Cool. I
Yeah, it
can't
was
wait.
Black Sheep.
It was
Black Sheep, Andy. You were
Way
right.
to go, Andy. Way to go.
So
Long live 80s hair man. Did we settle on the whiskey of the week? I don't know. Maybe not.
Let's do Old Forester next week. What do you think?
I'm down with it.
Old Forester.
So
anything Old Forester next week. We'll do. I'll put it up.
I just want, not for next week, but just an idea. One that's not super pricey is Old Smoky makes like 9,000 types of flavored whiskey. So like everybody can have the one that they like. Like there's weird ones too. I mean, obviously it's coming from this guy, but I mean like there's salty watermelon and like salty caramel and just all kinds of peanut butter.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Old Smoky. Can we get that around here, Scott?
Yeah.
I think it's nationwide.
Scott does not like that pick.
It's not in the whiskey section. That's why you haven't noticed.
No, it's not. It's flavored.
So whiskey flavored vodka.
Let's do McCormick's and Old Smoky. What the hell? Let's just make
Jesus Christ.
Hell week.
McCormick's and Old Smoky.
I feel like it's like
Scott is
so I'm guessing next week's show is we're just going to call the gutter. Is what we're going to call it.
And Scott, we're doing grunge 9 o'clock because I'll be done by then because I'll have nothing left to say.
Scott won't come either. Scott's not going to show up. He's going to be like, you know what? I'm a little sick. I can't come this week.
Well,
Right?
a little busy. I'll catch you guys next week.
Exactly what's going to happen.
All right, so all right, this is fun. If you guys are going to head over to Monica's, that'd be great. But I think good night tonight, guys. Yeah, it was fun.
How's it going? Already was good. We had a lot of chat, a lot of debate, a lot of angry people. What's a sport? What is a sport anyway?
It is a sport.
Cover it all.
If we can get John, we'll have plenty of debate. Don't worry. I'll see if I can get John briefly.
So here's one thing, not to stop us real quick, but Danny said Marcy's Playground is alternative, but Pearl Jam is grunge. I think that's true. Yes.
Okay.
Marcy's Playground is not grunge.
What is Marcy's Playground?
They had that Sex and Candy song.
Andy's terrible at it. And next week's gonna be terrible for Andy. He's not gonna like this at all.
I'll bet
Andy
you my
like just completely like hit it. He's like it didn't happen. The 90s did not happen.
Nothing will help you forget it immediately like a bottle of McCormick's. So.
Oh, that's great.
And the good news is I got you your whole own bottle of McCormick's.
If you want to forget the night,
I appreciate that, Scott. We'll just keep it at your house.
No, he's laughing. No, I did not try it.
All right. Dickie's down with you, man. See you later, brothers. All right, guys, this was a good show.
Head over to Monica's.
Head over. We'll see you, Jimmy. Good to see you, man.
Thanks, guys. Good show.
Yep, craft beer, guys. Mike and Shade, always good to have you on. Scott, we love you, brother. Thank you.
No problem.
Hopefully, we'll see you next week. I don't know if we will. Gosh.
Yeah, hopefully. So, Todd, this was a good night. I told you I had a feeling the sports would be a hit. This was good.
I give it to you. It was good. And you know what? The Bulleit. We didn't talk much about the Bulleit, but it was great.
I do like the Bulleit. This is I love. I should give you a little sample of this barrel proof. It's really, really good.
That's good.
But Todd, I'm not sure how I'm going to be able to come up with 10 for next week.
It's called the power of Google, Andy. You'll find something.
I still have to like them.
You know what you should do is, be creative. You're good at that. Think funny here. Be funny.
Well, here's the thing. I can't use hairbands. So, like, I can't use 90s hairbands, right?
Nope. No.
So if it's going to be grunge or like alternative, I've got to make sure that I did. And salute to you too, Derek. Thank you, my man. We always appreciate having you come on.
All right. I don't know. It's going to be interesting. I can't believe you agreed to it, but I'm going to run with it.
Well, by the way, SR71, they were 2000s, right?
I think that, 99 or 2000, very late. Yeah.
I guess it. So what is my cutoff? Is it 99?
No, you could go. But see, the problem is with the whole term of grunge. Grunge really ended like from 92 to like 98.
Yeah, a handful of years. So
and it was like these pop rock bands like Stroke 9.
So we say 90s alternative grunge, like we have to categorize it so people get it. So you're gonna have to help me here because if we say 90s period, I'll come up with 10 90s bands.
So if we did 90s grunge, what we were talking about here is much different than 90s alternative. because grunge. I think Danny did make a good point. Grunge is different than sort of alternative 90s.
So name me 3 grunge bands and 3 alternative bands, so I understand.
Oh, easy. I mean, so the STP, I think, was a sort of a grunge, but really Soundgarden, Alice in Chains, Nirvana, Pearl Jam, all those guys. Oh, Danny's trying to come
Alice
on.
in Chains. Oh, Danny, come on. Help me out here because this is where I'm lost. So
Mike is still here. He may be able to help us too. Micah.
And let me see if I can get Danny on. Danny, you're on.
We're trying to understand here for next week to help Andy. There is a difference between like 90s alternative and 90s grunge, correct?
Yes, absolutely.
And that's what
absolutely. 90s grunge was particularly your more garage band, Nirvana, punk, emo. It was emo before emo. It was
valid.
It was emo before emo. So like
it's your flannel shirt, like staring at your shoes type band.
Yes.
Like we're thinking about things that are depressing. Okay.
Yes, absolutely.
And what is alternative?
Like
because
alternative is going to be your Nickelback, going to be your Linkin Park, going to be Korn, going to be
Nickelback.
Those are some pretty good examples.
Bush.
Wait a minute.
Bush was alternative.
I got to push back on this because like
Why?
Nickelback is not alternative. That's just
At the time in the 90s, it was. They were not listed as rock. They were listed as alternative because rock was still classified by the Bon Jovi and that. So it was completely different. Now they're included in rock. They were not at the time.
Right. He's right. Danny, what do you think? Green Day, Weezer, REM, right? Yeah.
Yes, Green Day, Weezer, absolutely. Bowling for Soup.
They're punk band though, right? Green Day is like punk.
Bowling for Soup was punk.
Bowling for Soup was punk, but they were listed as alternative because punk didn't really exist either
Alternative
until
grunge.
95.
They get rid of this, like just do everything. Like 90s.
Dan, go ahead. What you got, Dan?
Yeah.
No, I was just saying I agree. I mean, Green Day would not be grunge. Right? It's just not that kind of music. It's not the same scene that they were all coming from with, finally got heavy
So I'm
music.
still not seeing any old Smokey. There's there's the old Forest Story.
There's not a lot of hardcore like guitar chords and stuff like that. Like a lot of heavy metal stuff that came in later. It just totally got away from that. So I don't know.
You can, you know what? For the sake of the week, I mean, if you just said grunge /
like Offspring, Evans, Rage Against the Machine, Offspring, Foo Fighters,
grunge /
What's Foo Fighters? What's Foo Fighters? Alternative.
I mean they became more alternative. Late 90s, really alternative became. Grunge turned into alternative. So
let's go ahead, Danny.
No, you're right. I mean, I think it's just early 90s is really where the grunge scene started, but it turned into alternative, and then it became more alternative after Nirvana. It became pop rock type stuff.
So do we want to combine them?
I think. Do you think we'd better to combining them? You have a bigger like 90s rock, 90s alternative rock and grunge.
So someone said it, and I don't know, but because there's so many one-hit wonder bands out there, you probably would get. I mean, like if I listen, I listen to Spotify, and I do like 90s alternative stations, and it's like entire high school living it all over again. It's like all these like songs that you wouldn't listen to the whole albums, but there's a lot of these great 90s songs. So
I think I'm with you with that, Dan, too. I think I'll pick out. I'll be like, oh, I like that one song, but I'm not going to go back and be like that album reached me like Hysteria or Pyromania or something like that. Like that's not. I'm not going to find that in a 90s album.
Yeah, it wouldn't to you, right? Not to you, but to others. I mean,
sure, yeah.
Nirvana,
I think it's
Pearl Jam.
Well, my wife absolutely loves Pearl Jam. We were actually going to go see them. I said I would go with her when they were coming around. Then COVID kind of canceled that. But
you were so upset.
I did not hate Pearl Jam. Nirvana was the bane of my existence.
Yeah, would you consider Pearl Jam a grunge?
Yeah, they're grunge. Pearl Jam was talented too. I thought Pearl Jam was talented. I thought Nirvana was garbage. Even musically, I thought they were garbage. And people would disagree. I know people are going to disagree.
I think Evan brings a good point. We should do 90s alt rock. And if you want to put grunge in there, you can.
Include it all.
Yeah, I think just do that.
Include it all.
Do 90s
All
alt rock, and that way it opens it up a little bit. I think that's a bigger spectrum because grunge is very niche.
So 90s alt rock is like Firehouse, Steelheart,
no, Hanson,
no. Hanson,
no,
Hanson,
that's fine.
No. But I think it helps you a little bit more, Andy. You could probably say SR-71 is in 90s alt rock.
You just need to tell me when they came out because I swear we were.
Maybe I don't know. Jimmy's Chicken Shack.
Came out. We were hitting bars and we were already over.
Jimmy's Chicken Shack would be
exactly. OAR.
OAR, yeah. Third Eye Blind.
Third Eye Blind. Big time.
That helps me a lot because now it's opening me up to a lot. Stroke 9 lit. Now when we do that, I can't wait for this. I'm all about this. You're right.
Yeah.
This is like 90.
That's when it gets real fun. I mean, if you're just grunge is hard because you can define that, but it's pretty hard.
Like the hardest part about that would be the grunge that we didn't like. That's what makes it difficult, which I like. If you're sitting there with all those goofy bands you like with your little Blink-182s and your bloody black backpack,
I not rock.
But that's not. I mean, that's a different type of music.
People who with this if you say 90s alt rock, they're gonna. I guarantee you, will have Nirvanas, we'll have Soundgarden, we'll have all those.
Soundgarden.
Soundgarden's probably gonna be my list. Soundgarden was amazing.
All right, so I liked Collective Soul.
Collective Soul. That's a great. Yeah, exactly. Yes.
All right. Okay.
Garbage could be in that.
I was holding that one, but yeah, that'll be on my list. Okay. All right. I can do this. I can come up with 10.
Then you stop. Yeah. See.
I can
all right.
come up with 10.
Danny, it's good to see you, buddy.
Hey, Dan, you want to come on next
week?
Please tell me you'll come on next week.
I'll do my best.
No. What are you doing in your backyard? You said you're a fortress. What are you doing?
I'm building an enormous patio.
Okay, good.
And all by myself. So I've been as the days get longer, I'm literally working till it gets to be dark, and then I'm coming in. So,
all right.
What's the reason for all by yourself?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, it was a really dumb idea, but now that I started it, I was like, I might as well just keep going. I'll send you pictures of it. It's absolutely enormous.
Love to see it. Nice.
So,
well, yeah.
But once I start digging the hole, I figured I might as well just keep on going.
Well, you'll have to have us over. We'll do a brew in the live stream.
How's the home brew going?
Yeah.
Good?
So I've got to get. So we just did our summer shandy, our 6 feet apart shandy. It's pretty good. It actually is a perfect, like easy drinking beer. Yeah. However, the raspberry shandy is coming out here in the next weekend. Is she ready?
Yep.
All right. Nice.
And just the pre-taste, before we bottled was, I would say it was one thing to be proud of. I think
yes,
it was really good.
Good, man.
Try that.
So
need to try.
I want to get that to you guys because that early taste before we bottled it was like, oh, this could be something.
This was the
Dan, you're going to have to. Why don't we spotlight one of these next couple weeks? We do our hairband week. Next week we don't want to waste it on 90s.
The beer break will be with one of your beers.
We'll do one of your beers.
Come on.
I'll make sure you get some of these raspberries because they're awesome.
Beautiful.
I hope.
Nice.
I'll let you know when I actually open one up.
All right.
From the, you know what I mean, the pre-bottle mix, just tasting it, it was.
It should taste better once it's carbonated, in theory. So the fact that it tastes now, it should taste fantastic. And yes, Evan, I would love some Kahona Hanale IPA. I can't find that around here for some reason, and I had it in the video I did from Disney, and I can't find it around here. So yes, if you want to send that to me away, I'll take anything you got. I love that beer. Anyway, and Beer Chugs. Michael from Beer Chugs. I just want to give him a shout out. He has a really good live stream every Wednesday night, which I usually can't get on because I'm on this every Tuesday night. What's the ABV? Really great channel, up and coming. He has a great live stream every Wednesday nights. I think at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Check him out. Anyway, sorry. Go ahead, Andy.
Awesome.
No, I was just gonna say, Dan, we'll spotlight your beer in the next couple of weeks. If you bottle that, we'll figure it out. That'll be fun.
All right, I'll get it down to you guys.
All right, buddy. Good to see you.
If you don't join us next week, Dan, for 90s, we're gonna do a hairband, a couple of weeks of like hairbands together. You gotta jump on for that.
I'll be on them. I'll make sure I'm on. I'll come in early.
All right,
we love you, Dan.
All right, guys.
Everybody, see you,
man. Guys. Good to see you. Bye.
You too. Bye.
All right, Andy.
All right, Todd.
Fun night. Wow, it went by quick. It goes by so quick.
Yeah, well, hey, we've been on for 2.5 hours. We've had some
person
great
who is. I've got a situation right here, but if you saw my condo, their bedroom is right there, and their lights have been on, and they've been looking at me. So I'm gonna have to deal with that in a second. So anyway, heading over to Monica's.
Send me the stuff for Monica's.
You should have an email too. I don't know. I haven't looked at anything, but I will do something. All right. let's end the broadcast. Great night. As always, good times, and we have videos coming out. I think a whiskey next, right?
We got a whiskey coming out, and
Whiskey
then we
review?
got another beer right after that. So we got two.
Well, the
on
beer
way.
one will also be. We got the big thing from Heavy Seas. Their Skylight and egg custard is coming out. That's going to be a big thing in this area. We're going to have an early review for that.
That'll be a great time. So,
Yep.
Another good night. Good to see you, my friend.
You too, buddy. All right, everybody out there, cheers. We'll see you next
Cheers.
Tuesday. We're live again. What's going on, everybody? It's Tuesday.